As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat, just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee. As Chris and Casey make their final descent, reality sets in. With a bird's eye view, they take one final look at the dawning task ahead. It's a familiar feeling, excitement, anticipation, the realization that when the drop happens, survival mode begins.
All right. Oiled in. I think we're good here. I think I've gone through it. Pretty much think we have everything. We'll know once we start passing it in there, but we should have just about everything, so.
Okay. Well, let me check with this and see if we can get this motor started.
Yep. That's a key component to what we're doing here.
Yeah, if we can't get the motor started, we're kind of screwed
We're in
already.
a bad spot out of the gate.
All right. Let's hope it fires.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Electric start, too.
Boy, that's nice, huh? A little electric start.
Better than the old ore setup.
Man,
Wow.
that is so nice. Okay.
Start getting the rest of this gear in there. Make sure we have it as we go through. But I think
Yep.
everything's here.
All right, motor's locked and loaded.
All right.
Let's hope that we don't need these.
Jacket one.
The brothers are allowed just 40 pounds of personal gear each. They will carry compound bows, each with a quiver equipped with 3 arrows. A Cabela's Instinct outfitter tent will provide shelter and warmth. For the purpose of safety, they are bringing with them just 1 rifle, but are lacking the security afforded by sidearms due to local game laws. The brothers begin with a limited supply of fuel reserves. They're forced to pack efficiently and conserve fuel as they navigate the northern Saskatchewan wilderness.
Okay. So we got 2 jerry cans for the motor and 2 spares.
When I'm not one to call God a liar, I'm not one to call God a liar. Yes, and every day another bullet in the sacred heart.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, like a glove.
It's just hours after the drop, and brothers Chris and Casey Keefer have their gear loaded and have set out on their journey. The large interior lake will be the Keefer brothers' playground, as long as they're able to keep their transportation in working order. Running north and south, the lake carves through the scores of dense forest miles. The long, winding shoreline is peppered with small bays, allowing the brothers access to thousands of acres of land to scout and hunt. For the coming weeks, the lake will act as the brothers' backwoods highway, offering a means of transportation and what they hope to be a reliable source of food. Their first task is to find a location worthy of building a base camp to call home.
You tied up?
Yep, tied up, ready to roll.
Okay.
All right, let's go see if we can get a spot. You just want to spread out and see what we find?
Yeah, that's fine.
When traveling by way of water, vantage points are few and far between. The brothers are searching for a base camp that offers both security from the elements and predators and the promise of hunting success.
The thing is if you can penetrate like that first layer of spruce, a lot of times you can get back in here and you find some openings. But there's just nothing back in here. This is all just wet muskeg and big rocks, black spruce, tight together.
It's a lot thicker than it looked like from the edge of the water. I don't think this is going to work out. Oh. Good news is there's a lot of Labrador tea around here.
What do you got? You seeing anything? Anything useful?
Unbelievable. I thought it would open up, you know.
I think we got to get off the mainland. I think that's the issue. I think if we stick to one of those islands where it should be a little more high and dry.
Yeah.
Well, the thing too, if we stick with an island,
Yeah.
we're going to minimize our footprint on the mainland for hunting,
Yeah.
and also hopefully give us a little bit of buffer from the bears.
Well, the big thing is if we go with an island, let's try to find one that's like tucked in, because I don't want to be out in the middle of the big water either, because then we're just going to get pounded with weather.
I know, but there's all those little islands that were like back here
Yeah.
before we got to this main section. I don't know, let's just wheel over there and look at one of those, because they're tucked. I mean, they're in there tight.
This is the first spot we tried, and it's a giant lake, so I say we just keep moving and checking, but this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're burning daylight. Let's find another spot. Well, this is another island right here, so, I mean, this is an actual island.
But I like how, like, back in here it is. You know, like it's still an island, but it's back in here. I mean, the reality is if a bear's going to swim to the island, he's going to swim to the island. But
Yeah,
at
it's
least we try to minimize it. You know what I mean?
Just a peace of mind. Let's see if we can find an open spot.
After hours of searching and a failed attempt scouting the mainland, the brothers have located a promising group of islands, protected from the brunt of the big water.
Dude, this opens up sweet up in here.
Oh, this is
Check this out.
way better.
Yeah, this opens up nice. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we want. Look, there's so many different little flat spots up here.
I love it already. It's high. The water is like right there.
Yeah.
We have that first buffer from wind.
Yeah.
And of course, the nice thing about northern Saskatchewan is lots of wood.
We got all kinds of wood.
Lots of wood. Lots of dead, dry wood, some old man's beard. We got all kinds of good fire starters, so
Oh, this is good. This is it. This is what we need.
I love it.
Island, see?
We could put the camp right here,
Yep.
and we're on an island.
Yeah, the tent will be just right in here. All right, let's do this. Let's go get the tent. Let's get that thing put up.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Oh, we finally got a spot right here. Feel good about it. Lots of stuff that we're looking for right now. We got kind of a wind barrier out here, which is perfect, and I'm super high up in the middle. I love this. That way we don't have to worry about any type of flooding or rain, anything like that. And we're on an island, which is even better. I mean, I know bears can cross it and everything else, but it's just a sense of comfort. But it feels good. Lots of dead wood, lots of dry I mean, just tons of this stuff all over the place. So we'll have firewood all the time, which is great. And yeah, I'm excited. We had to look around a little bit, so I think we kind of lucked out on this one. All right, now the hard work begins. Gotta set up base camp. I can't wait.
Well, there's definitely a sense of comfort in finding camp here on day one. That's a big step in this process. Anytime you get dropped out here, you want to try to find where you're going to spend some time almost immediately. And I really, really like the spot of this island. We kind of got this island that's kind of tucked in here. We got a little cove. We got some of these little bays like back in here. Some of these little bays that are shallow that hopefully we can find some fish in. But overall, I kind of like the spot in terms of just ease of access. We've got areas to the north that we can get to quickly and easily. We got areas to the south we can get to quickly and easily. And from what I can tell from the air, we're almost kind of dead center. If anything, maybe a little further to the north of the lake. So I like the spot overall. It's a good spot. We've got good protection up in there. So now it's just a matter about taking camp and kind of getting camp dialed. You know, let's get back in there. Let's get everything set up. And then let's get this process kicked off. So it feels good to be back in the bush up north where I belong.
Having chosen a worthy base camp, the Keefer brothers immediately begin their task of turning this cold chunk of ground into home. They begin by clearing the area of brush and debris in an effort to protect their only means of shelter and maximize the few comforts they have to look forward to. As the tent takes shape, the brothers earn a small sense of security, knowing they'll have a shelter for the first night in the bush. They have chosen an island position near the lake's geographical halfway point. This middle ground allows them to branch out in every direction in search of pockets of fish and desirable hunting grounds, without burning excessive amounts of fuel and causing unnecessary wear on their only means of transportation. The threat of bears is always front of mind, but having a 360-degree water buffer will help the brothers sleep a little easier tonight.
I'll finish this steak here. Do you want to go get the rest of the stuff out of the boat?
Yeah, I can grab the stuff out of the boat, start hauling it up.
All right, I'll just keep staking this.
Okay.
Well, we got camp set up here. We've actually got it tucked back in this good little spot. We actually chose this tent. It's a little bit bigger, but we chose it because it's got stove capabilities in it. We know it's gonna get cold. It's already cold, but we're getting her in and getting her set up. We got camp right now. Got the weapons out, all properly positioned. So excited. I've never had a base camp like this. This is gonna be amazing. What a great spot. It worked out perfectly. Yeah, it's actually in a pretty good spot, but we got a lot of work left to do. So basically, this is step number one. Shelter's always kind of the first priority. So now that this is up, we'll turn the wood boss loose.
I'll go get some wood.
Go do the wood boss thing.
That's my favorite thing to do. Let me guess, you're gonna go fishing.
Yes, I'm going fishing.
Great.
That's the plan.
Great. I'll get wood, you fish.
Have fun.
The theme for this evening is to divide and conquer. Playing to their strengths, Casey heads north in search of fish. There's a lot of uncharted water to cover and not much light left to secure supper on their first night of seclusion. Meanwhile, Chris's task is to gather as much dry firewood as possible, ensuring the warmth and security that fire provides is always an option, even if the weather turns ugly on them. He immediately goes to work on the abundance of dead spruce near base camp.
So I've gathered a bunch of wood, and I have found a great spot to set a camp, looking at the lake right behind me. And what's amazing out here in the north is there's so much tinder, right? This one here is affectionately called Old Man's Beard. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But it's super dry. It grows in the bottom of all these different pines that are up here, jack pine, spruce, all this stuff, and it grows on it. So it's super easy. And the bonus is usually there's dry twigs in with it. So it makes a great little tinder ball. Now the other thing that's around here is this caribou moss. Caribou moss grows all over the ground. I mean, this entire island on top of the rocks is covered with it. So the top of it is super dry and tender, but the bottom is soaking wet. So what you gotta do is separate it, get the wet stuff gone, and use the dry stuff. Now what I gotta do here is it grows so much on the ground, you've gotta clear out the area. Last thing you wanna do is light a fire on top of the caribou moss. So this is the perfect spot. I got a great view of the lake. I might even just clear out some of these dead trees so we have a perfect spot here. But in the meantime, first things first, I gotta clear this ground.
Casey's fishing toolkit is limited, consisting of 2 spinning rod and reel setups and just 4 1-ounce Daredevil spoons.
Well, I'm out here doing a little bit of test fishing. Basically, just found kind of this tight little spot here between 2 islands. A lot of times it doesn't get crazy deep in here, it gets kind of rocky. You never really know, but I've never fished up here in September. So, done all the way through August, but never actually in September. I'm just kind of going with trolling just because it's a safe way to try to find fish. If I don't catch anything on the troll, then maybe I'll do some casting. Just see what happens. Can't go wrong test fishing. I don't know if that's bottom or a fish. It sure feels like a fish. Come on, hit it again. Just hit it. Oh boy, what a fish for the first fish of the trip. This is what dropped is about right here.
Success on the first outing is a great sign that the lake will be a reliable food source. But Casey honors tradition. The first fish caught is never the first fish eaten.
Chris is not going to be happy because I always let the first fish go. But this is a fish that is worthy of letting go. Holy. There we go. Woo! Man. Well, that doesn't happen too often. When you come out for an exploratory test fish and you end up putting a monster laker in the boat. Look at this fish. Look at that. That's an incredible fish. And just like always, I gotta let him go. Because if I get back, maybe Mother Nature will get back to me. All right, buddy. Off to the deep he goes.
All right, I can hear the boat coming right now, which means Casey's on his way back. I was getting, a little bit worried, but not too much. I know he's gonna be dialed in. The big question is, did he catch any fish for us to eat? I got a fire going right now. We're dialed. Beautiful view behind us. Wood stacked for days. If we're gonna be out here for a month, we gotta have wood stacked. I can hear him rolling in right now. So, what occurred to me afterwards? Why do I always let him go fish first? Because he always lets one go. So let's hope he caught 2. Because if not, he's gonna have to deal with me. All right, hopefully he got one. Oh, you made it back to camp, huh?
This is a hell of a front porch you got set up right here.
Look at that. I mean, that is a gorgeous view right there.
It's incredible. I mean, you nailed it.
Yeah. So you're not carrying any protein. Is it in the boat?
No.
No?
No. It's in the lake.
Oh, I knew it. Oh,
I had to. I always do.
I know.
But listen, it wasn't.
Hoping you'd catch 2.
It wasn't an eater anyway.
Why not? Oh, a big one?
It was like a 20-pound lake trout.
Really?
Yep.
Giant laker?
It was a giant laker.
All right, well, I can forgive that because I wouldn't eat that anyway. That's an awesome thing, so.
Well, there's definitely fish in here, so that's a good thing. I was thinking while we're out there, we're in a pretty good spot, like base camp wise. Like north end of the lake looks good, looks like there's bays. Yeah. South, obviously, we'll have to go down there and adventure and explore, but I think overall, to have base camp and be able to break out, spike out if we have to for a day or 2, and then just use this as much as we can. We got to conserve fuel, so base camp it here, spike out when and if we have to.
I'm good with that, 100%.
The Keefer brothers' first full day in the Saskatchewan wilderness is a day of exploration. While crafting a game plan and learning the lay of the land, they've identified an area on the map that appears to be ideal moose habitat. With no time wasted, the brothers embark on their first moose mission of the journey.
That's about as good as we're gonna get up here, I think.
As far as elevation, there's gonna be nothing higher than this.
The only other option would be to actually get down into it.
Yeah,
On the edge of it somewhere.
the wind is perfect in our face right now. It's just blowing back up these rocks. I like kind of having to look at it. If we sat right here and called, you're gonna hear them coming.
Yeah, you should. Plus, I really don't want to go just barreling in there.
No, this is definitely a moosey area right here. A lot of muskeg. And it's a pinch point.
Let's just hang back, sit here, and call for a bit.
Okay.
We got time.
The brothers decide to take full advantage of a rare rise in elevation, in a landscape where high spots are few and far between. Their calls will carry through the timber, while their eyes stay peeled for a moose moving through the muskeg. Before barreling through the thickets, they'll attempt to bring a bull moose out of the bush. Just hours into their first hunt, the Keefer brothers have completed a series of bellowing cow calls from a promising vantage point. When the calls go unanswered, Chris and Casey begin to reconsider their game plan.
What do you want to do here?
I mean, probably the best bet would be to start checking these bays.
Just start putting into them, call from the water, maybe?
Call from the water, see if we can pull something out. And if we think like it looks like it's good, get out and explore. But I mean, until we can actually find our spot where we know, then let's just keep on exploring.
Visibility, like getting up in here,
It's tough.
it's gonna be limited no matter where we go.
Yeah, this is thick ass bush right here.
It's almost like we gotta draw them out, you know what I mean? Try to get them to come to us.
Yeah,
Just start putting in bays and calling.
yeah, I'm good with that. We fish our way along and call, cover some ground.
Yep.
Let's do that till we find a good spot.
Yeah, it's fine.
Leading up to the drop, the brothers pored over maps of the area, arming themselves with vital information on the landscape and the moose that call it home. The thick cover of the North Woods creates rich big game habitat, but it also gives resident moose the home field advantage, making it tough on any hunter who enters their territory. They decide to switch gears, initiating Plan B in their pursuit of Saskatchewan's purest red meat. The game plan is to set course for a new bay that the brothers suspect is surrounded by prime moose country. The new location will allow Chris and Casey to call from the shoreline with hopes to lure a bull into shot range. By sticking close to camp, the brothers hope to preserve precious fuel and fading daylight.
All right, we've changed places. We're just trying to hit these bays right now. Trying to call them to water, trying to hunt smarter, not harder. Because we don't know the land right now. Get a call.
Yeah, call it. Let a few calls out, let them beller, see if we can draw something out. At least get their attention in these bays. Day number 1. Let's try it and see what happens.
It can't hurt. And I really like them coming to us and not having to go to them. I don't feel like packing a giant moose out more than we have to. But I'll take it either way. Different tactics on day 1. Hopefully it works. Such amazing lung capacity. such a beller. Big windbag. Such a beller. Like it. Sounded like a cow moose.
The brothers are utilizing an age-old method of calling to lure and entice a dominant wandering bull moose. The call, traditionally made from birch bark, is cone-shaped and designed to project the hunter's cries outward for long distances. This proven method is capable of accurately imitating the natural breeding behaviors of both cow and bull moose. The cow call is a long, drawn-out moan, mimicking a lovesick cow. It's irresistible to a rutting bull moose on a mission. The bull call is a short, throaty grunt, a territorial challenge that inspires resident bulls to investigate in search of a cow in heat, or a fight for territory and breeding rights. The brothers employ a calculated series of both calls in their quest for Saskatchewan's finest bulls.
It's sweet back in here.
I love how we can see everything in front of us, but our back's really to the water, so there's nothing going to be charging through the brush right here.
Yeah.
We can pull them down off this hill or down out of these valleys, actually to the bay. That could be good for us right there.
I think for now, just kind of sitting back here and being as minimally intrusive as we can, that's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Just call from out here and see what happens.
But my first priority in my mind is to eat right now. I'm hungry. I keep thinking about said fish that you caught yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be dark soon, so there's a lot of work to be done. And I say that we fish our way back to camp.
Yeah. Let's do it. Jump in the boat.
Starving.
The Keefer brothers have reached the final hours of their first full day of exploration. They're fishing their way back to base camp in hopes of earning a meal.
Okay, that didn't take long.
Nope, it did not.
We just got here on our way back to camp. On our way back to base camp here, Casey said, hey, this is where I caught that one yesterday. And please tell me he's an eater.
Nope, too small.
No, nothing too small. He's just not too big.
Too small. Let's get him up here. See if we can get a good measurement. Let's check this out.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
It's too small.
What do you mean?
It's too small. There's trout in here. Keep fishing. Keep rough.
Too small?
Too small.
They're either too big, they're too small. I gotta let the first one go. I'm starving right now. Not a fan right now. That's right. I'm gonna catch my next one, and I'm gonna throw them in the front of the boat where you can't touch them.
Next one, you gotta start with the first one. Pike.
Pike. Yes. Oh, here. Yep. Oh, don't. Can't. Holy mother of God. The pinch. Well, I'm thinking that's all she wrote. We just got worked by some fish.
We failed miserably.
But I think tonight we just go to bed on an empty stomach, try to stay warm. It's getting chilly, huh?
It's getting cold right now. Day 2, and it's already getting cold. I can't imagine what it's going to be like a month from now. A month from now is going to be real cold.
All right, so that's it. We're going to sign off at the end of another gorgeous day up here in the bush. Hungry and cold and loving life.
It's day 3, and the brothers find themselves welcoming the sunrise from a Saskatchewan shoreline. After a cold night on empty stomachs, Chris and Casey continue calling in search of sustenance.
So much different than Alaska, hey? The one thing about elevation in Alaska, you can see out over there and, you know, at least lay eyeballs on one here. Hopefully they hear us up in there and...
This is a total patience game right here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I have, so.
Well, I think we're on the right track though. Like, give it the morning on a little bay like this, late morning like it is right now. It's just, we got a lot of lakes left to explore.
Oh yeah, tons. I say we head to the south. I say we jet down there, start at one end of the lake. Let's measure, see how much gas it's going to take to burn. Willing to burn it today, figure out what it's going to be, and then we can just start kind of plugging our way down through. But let's go see if we can find some fish and some more hunting spots. Take the mid-afternoon to explore. Okay.
It's time to leave the comfort of staying close to base camp. The Keefer brothers head south while monitoring the fuel it takes to reach their destination so they can better manage fuel consumption during future outings. They're working along the bays and cuts on their way to a rocky outcropping they've identified on the map.
Okay. All right, so got up to the top here. We're getting there anyway. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Let me get up here. Show you this. Sweet. Check it out. You can see a lot.
It's the afternoon of day 3, and the Keefer brothers have found elevation at a rocky outcropping anchoring the south end of the lake. They've spent hours calling and glassing with no moose sightings or calls returned. A wildfire has ripped through the region, clearing the way for blueberries to cover the side hills. The berries won't replace red meat, but a sweet snack is something they will never pass up.
Well, we are gonna head down off the rock here. It's actually a really sweet spot up here, but looks to me like it's more of a bear spot than anything. A lot of rocks up in here, and when you got that many rocks and that open burn, there's a lot of berries. And I think right now the bears will probably be heavy on the berries. So we're just kind of trucking her down off of here. Gonna continue to go explore, look in some of these different bays down here to the south, fish a little bit, maybe catch some dinner. But definitely worth it to come down here to the south. It wasn't that bad. Gotta kind of keep an eye on our fuel consumption as we're doing this. But I think the idea today was we'd be willing to spend the fuel just to get down here and see what it was like. But it's crazy because you go from rock wall like this behind me to straight solid bushline. So that's the plan. Continue to explore, do some fishing.
The brothers are searching the depths for northern pike, a voracious feeder with a healthy appetite and an impressive set of razor-sharp teeth. During the summer months, northern pike favor water temperatures in the 50 to 65 degree Fahrenheit range, typically found feeding in the sunken weed beds at depths between 8 to 12 feet. As fall provokes a drop in water temperature, the fish spread out and charge into deeper water, making them harder to catch. Casey's searching for a band of fish that have made permanent residence on the rocks instead of heading for the deep. Here he's hoping to find the perfect eater-sized fish, pike that stretch out to around 28 inches long. Pike this size are easier to fillet and offer enough meat to feed both brothers.
All right, so we're just out here, kind of just reflecting. Two of us are just out here fishing, trying to get some food. And I mean, look at this sky behind me. And the North Country right now is just lit up, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I can't get over it. So Casey and I are literally just sitting back. We got some fish in the boat. We know we're gonna have a good meal tonight. We're just enjoying this. I mean, this is what it's about right here, huh?
It does not get much better than this. The sky is like the brightest orange glow I think I've ever seen. Saskatchewan's living up to its name, land of the living skies. It's definitely alive right now. Sometimes you just gotta float and relax, enjoy it, take it all in.
I feel like that's a big thing right now, is it just happens so fast if you don't stop. Like for us, this is kind of our be alive moment right here. This is why we do it. Look at this. Sky in the background, absolutely gorgeous out. Just chilling. We know we're good, right? Like, such a relief just to know that we got food, we're enjoying the North Country, we challenged ourselves, and we're loving it. Just get outside and get it done. That's what Drop's always been about for us, is challenge accepted. And this one, I don't know, something different about it, eh?
There's definitely something different. It's just, I don't know if it's because we can move kind of at free will or what, but it is, so far it has been everything I thought it would be and more.
So far, the North Country has not let us down. It's early in the trip, but what do you say we get back?
Yeah,
And eat northern pike. Love it. All right, let's head back. Start her up and rock and roll.
As the sun sets behind the Saskatchewan timber, the Keefer brothers work side by side in silence, just as they have so many times before. It's a moment for quiet celebration of the small victories the North Country has afforded them. They didn't locate any moose, but day 3 was a success all the same. They soaked in the sights and sounds of Saskatchewan. They've covered new ground and earned their first bounty from the cold waters, offering just enough nourishment to keep going. They enjoy their first fireside meal with gratitude and a renewed sense of respect and appreciation for the land of living skies. As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat, just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee. It's mid-September, and autumn in Saskatchewan has abruptly begun to forfeit to the wicked ways of winter. The Keefer brothers are making strides in their quest to understand the ups and downs of this tract of land. But their mission to locate big game has yet to bear fruit. The cold waters of a remote lake have been their lifeline, allowing access to new hunting grounds and their only source of food. While the calories from a fireside meal are welcome, hunting red meat remains front of mind. The brothers have spent every waking moment exploring new ground in an effort to shift the odds to their favor. Each new day is a new opportunity to put miles behind them and big game in front.
Washed in the water and pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Here we go.
on shore, ready to rock and roll. I'll see ya. So yeah, I'm just, basically the plan is I'm gonna head up, kind of hug this hillside, and try to get up on top, glass down in there. See what I can see. I gotta start finding some moose signs sometime. So, start peeling my stuff, get my pack on here. Get up in there. It looks like it should be a lot of muskeg, like down in the bottom almost, in this bay. So, we'll see.
The storm front has passed, clearing the way for the Keefer brothers to make it to the south end of the lake. The brothers have split up, a situation they usually try to avoid. While Casey explores a promising new area in search of moose sign, Chris takes the rifle back to the rocky outcropping to gain a valuable vantage point. He dons blaze orange to stay within the rules of Saskatchewan law and carries a Winchester 270 short mag for its long-distance accuracy and big game knockdown power. This tool gives Chris a decided advantage, but leaves Casey with nothing but stick and string to hunt moose and ward off the bears that are looking for a late autumn meal of their own.
You can hear that sound for a long ways up here. It's one of the things I like about getting elevation like this is when you can actually get up and get out of that bush, find yourself some elevation. Your calls are just gonna carry that much further. You know, the hearing ability of a moose is just incredible. When you think about it, their ears are, their ears are the size of this moose call right here. And then they've got those big paddles, those big shovels. And that's what they're designed for. They're designed to catch that sound and funnel it down to their ears. So we're just gonna sit up here this evening. We're just gonna keep calling. You know, I've been trying to look for some sign down in there, looking for moose rakes and stuff like that. Telltale giveaway signs that there's moose in here and potentially moose in here rutting. But haven't been able to see anything from a distance, and I just don't want to go gangbusting in there. I'd rather sit back and do some calling. So this is a wicked little spot. I really like this place. We're gonna put some time in here over the next few days, there's no doubt.
Meanwhile, Chris stays focused on his glassing mission. No moose have entered his line of sight, but he's hanging on to his confidence in this location.
Well, it's about to get dark. It's time to get back. I gotta pick Casey up. A lot of things can go wrong in the dark. This is a new lake. Navigation can be an issue. Just a lot of risks that you gotta avoid. So I did as much glass as I can. This is an amazing area. I can see it's definitely the first vantage point that I've seen. It is bear territory. There's berries everywhere, so I'll be back in the morning. I'll go grab Casey and head back. It's cold, temperature's dropping, and it's dropping fast. We've been sitting up here for a couple hours now. The temperature has just plummeted. It's gotta be close to 20 degrees out right now. We have those storms moving in and out, some sleet, hail, snow, a little bit of everything earlier, and then it kind of stabilized, and now that temperature, sky opened up and the temperature is just dropping. I've been sitting up here calling on and off every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, somewhere in there for a few hours. And I swear I just heard a grunt back in here to the right somewhere. I mean, the silence out here right now is just deafening. There's not a breath of wind. I mean, nothing. But I've heard moose grunts a lot. And I swear I heard a grunt right over there. I just haven't seen anything. We're getting to the point now where it's late enough. We'll be out of shooting light here in no time, so I don't want to start calling or do anything raking. Because if that is a bull over there, he'll still be in this area in the morning.
As daylight fades, Casey picks up the welcome sound of a boat engine humming across the glassy lake. he heads back to shore to meet up with his brother to begin a cold boat ride back to base camp, where they'll spend yet another night on empty stomachs.
Oh my God, there's a man with a gun waiting outside for me, and he's been wanting to cleanse me of my sins. Lord, have mercy on me. If they only knew the man that I have been, none would stand in defense of me. If I were you, I'd leave no man alive.
That was a cold, cold ride across there this morning. But we are separated again, back in our spots. We left out dark this morning. We pulled away from base camp. Navigation's getting a little bit better on this lake. We're starting to learn it. You know, once you find a spot that's safe, you just stay in that spot. So it's been nice to be able to kind of travel, extending our daylight hours or leaving early in the morning. So we got up, bailed out of there. It's just cracking daylight here and it's cold. Temperatures dropped down. I don't know, it's probably gotta be in the 20s, I'd imagine at this point, but yeah. Casey is moose hunting, I'm bear hunting. I'm really just glassing. I can see for miles up here. Just trying to see if I can put a move on something. We'll probably stick to the plan of hunt the morning, fish in the afternoon, hunt the evening for the next couple of days at least, sticking it out and really kind of having patience. And then as the month goes on, we'll learn more about this lake and explore more while we're fishing, and that'll give us more opportunities to hunt. It's really all we can do. So this morning will be hopefully a good morning, but it's cold. It's cold. It doesn't look cold, but I'm gonna tell you right now, temperature's dropping. That's my belly rumbling right there. Oh. Belly's rumbling, which means after this morning's hunt, we're gonna have to go for a good little fish, because I'm getting hungry.
After a brisk boat ride, the Keefer brothers are once again posted up at their stations on the south end of the lake. Chris is glassing from high ground, while Casey is doubling down on the bull grunt he heard at sunset last night. Casey is calling on his bush-savvy instincts to make use of the natural materials around him. He's constructing a simple and effective firewall that will serve three important purposes. The wall will act as a rigid barrier to protect the fire from the bitter Saskatchewan wind. It will also contain and reflect the heat produced back toward Casey. As the rocks rise in temperature, they will retain heat much longer than a log retains a flame, maximizing Casey's efforts and prolonging the fire's effectiveness.
lot of times that's the moose hunting game. It's kind of that hurry up and wait deal. It's amazing how you can call from one spot and 2 days later, sometimes even 3 days later, there'll be a moose standing right here. I mean, they can pinpoint exactly where you call from. So this is really the first full morning of calling that we've put in. Just letting the fire kind of dwindle down here. And then we're gonna probably slip out of here, wait for Chris to pick me up. Maybe go do some fishing, we'll figure it out once he gets here, but all in all, not a bad morning. Just feels good to get some calls out there, let some moose know that we're around.
See anything?
No. How about you? Did you see anything up top?
Nothing. I can see a long way.
You didn't see anything? Huh. All right, well.
Hungry.
Hungry? Let's go fish.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find some fish.
I say we fish on our way back to camp and
Catch a little lunch.
yeah,
All right.
eat some shore lunch.
Yeah, let's go.
Here.
Well, that didn't take long. And just like that, we pull over here and the weather changes and we're catching fish for lunch. I gotta try and reel this thing in. Here we go.
That was cool. We got into some northerns here, which is nice because we got lunch. Oh, Casey picked up a trout.
You can always tell a trout by the old head dive.
All right, so we're gonna let that one go. Let the trout go for now because we got northerns. We're gonna see if we can pick up a couple more.
Well, there we go. Just like that. Picked up a fish, which is good, and that means we got lunch. Check this out. Yeah.
Little trout. Little trout here. How many of these a day can you catch right there? I mean, these trout are unbelievable. There's red and white in here.
After a slow, cold start to the day, the clouds have cleared, making room for some much-needed Saskatchewan sunshine. The afternoon goal was to catch supper, and the lake has provided once again. Spirits lift as the brothers head back to base camp.
Well, if the lake can keep providing, I'm good. But man, I want to get some animals on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
I definitely want to keep hunting. It's just so hard unexplored like this.
What's different than Alaska? Like, if you think about it, in Alaska, we don't have a choice but to go downriver. We can't go upriver in a raft. But here, we've got a boat and a motor. Got a great big lake and a boat and a motor, so we can go anywhere we want. We can go anywhere and explore. Although exploring and moose hunting don't really go.
Well, that's the thing. You have a moose tag and a black bear tag, and I have a black bear tag.
Yeah.
So I got to get mobile you know. I mean, I'm gonna give that another shot. I mean, I'm gonna go up there. I mean, it's a beautiful area. It's a pinch point. It's between two lakes. I mean, I could see it happening there for sure. I don't know. I don't really know how else to go, you know. I haven't spent the time exploring, so it's just a matter of figuring that out.
You win some, you lose some. Chris and Casey replenish with gratitude, thankful that the lake is picking up the slack where their efforts to hunt moose have fallen short. A fireside supper gives hope for tomorrow, and although their decision to split up is something they try to avoid, they'll stay the course to increase their chances of success while they continue learning the lay of the land. In Saskatchewan, moments of sunshine are often short-lived. The snow is a reminder of one simple truth. If the brothers hope to make it through the upcoming weeks, they need to make the most of every moment they get to spend here together. As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee. It's late September, and the Keefer brothers are deep into a crash course on how tough survival can become in the wilds of northern Saskatchewan. They haven't located any big game animals yet, but the lake has provided enough tender fillets to keep them going. Against their best judgment, they've split up to cover more ground and increase their chances of success.
Do you know why you're here? Do you know from where you've come? Do you know what you came to do? Or leave behind you when you're gone?
Okay, well, I made it down here to the north end. I dropped Casey off right at daylight. Sun is cracking down here. It took me a little bit to get across, but what an amazing morning. Fog, steam coming off, sun shining. It's an amazing morning to be up north. I wanted to come to the north end of the lake so I can investigate a little bit. I found down here, I'm looking for any terrain change. I found down here a little bit of a terrain change. Looks like this little bay goes in here. So I'm gonna do some investigating. I can get some altitude. Check it. Right up there. I can get some altitude, which is really what I want. So yeah, that's exciting. So I'm just gonna explore by myself today, kind of run and gun. I don't want to run too much. I don't want gas to be an issue right now. So far so good, but hopefully Casey can stay with it up there. And I'm just gonna keep on trying down here, see what I can find. Gorgeous morning in North Country.
This morning it is dead silent. Not a stitch of wind. Skies were wide open last night and it got cold. It was a cold ride down here this morning, but Chris brought me in here and dropped me off. He's gonna go do some exploration. It's tough because one of us has a moose tag and a bear tag, and then Chris only has a bear tag. And kind of the way that you hunt moose and bears right now can be totally different. So he's chomping at the bit to get out there and try to find a bear. And moose hunting requires me to give it time, 2-3 days in a row in an area, calling consistently. Been in here calling quite a bit, and hopefully it's just a matter of time until a bull shows up.
That down there is moose country and bear country. I just need to find a good spot here to sit.
Meanwhile, on the south end, Casey's senses are heightened by the sound of something big, but he's not sure it's the visitor he's been hoping for.
I've been sitting up on this same rock calling for a couple hours. Just out of nowhere I can hear some distinct cracking of like branches back in the bush right here next to me. That is some really, really thick stuff right there. I don't think a moose would be able to get through there. But a bear definitely could. We heard some of that distinct cracking. I could just hear and then back in there a little ways, a squirrel just started going nuts. Like he definitely didn't like something back in there.
Casey is surrounded by brush too thick for a moose to squeeze through. A bear or a wolf, on the other hand, wouldn't hesitate to answer his lovesick calls in search of an easy meal before winter sets in. He decides to wait it out and try to pinpoint where the sound is coming from.
It's a real eerie feeling, knowing that there could be a bear staring at us right now and we have no idea where he is. I really, really, really like this spot, but I've been up here now for hours, glassing, starting to get up to kind of the afternoon sun. So I think I'm gonna take the rest of my time before it gets too late, navigate my way back through, try to find the best way now that I got a lay of the land. I feel like I can do a direct shot down, and I really want to investigate where this water system comes in and see if I can find a really good way to get through there with a boat. And then if I can't, if I can find a way to portage through, and then maybe spend the afternoon fishing, trying to get some dinner for tonight, pick up Casey, bring him back here tomorrow. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. If he hasn't got into the moose yet, we need to spend some time here. Muskeg all over the place, can see for a long way. A lot of valleys dumping in. It's just a phenomenal spot, but I'm gonna start headed back this way. I think it's gonna be worth it to investigate. See if I can't find a quick way to get up here, or a quick way to get through.
As Chris works his way down off the ridge, the sound of running water catches his attention. He has located a small stream that connects the lake to a new body of water. The wheels are turning, and he begins to formulate a plan to reach new ground. Chris has identified a new body of water that he believes will offer access to better moose hunting. Reaching the lake requires a challenging portage. The Keefer brothers would need to remove all their gear from the boat and detach the boat's motor before carrying the gear along the bank of a small creek that leads to the new lake. The reduced weight would allow the empty boat to be portaged up the creek, where they would reload the gear and begin exploring new ground. This portage is a lot of work, with no guarantee of a payoff.
Okay, well, that hike was terrible. A lot worse than I thought, but I was able to get to the boat and locate where this little stream kicks into that bay that I found. It's skinny water, there's no doubt we'd have to portage, but I'll tell you, I got a couple plans as to how we can do it. It's just a matter of whether or not Casey wants to help me do that or not, because it's going to require some serious work and no motor. So for now, I'm going to fish my way back towards Casey, see if I can't locate him. Hopefully he does have a moose down and it's going to be a moot point, but right now, I got a plan if he wants to partake. Let's see what he wants to do.
Oh, I need a change of scenery. I need to definitely look at something different. I've been staring at the same stuff in there for days. And you can only stare at the same vast emptiness for so long. I just decided to come out, sit by the lake here, take it in, I don't know, maybe see a moose walking along the shoreline, even a bear walking along the shoreline or something. Just need a change of scenery. It's a beautiful lake, man, beautiful lake.
While Casey glasses the shoreline, Chris makes his way back to meet up and discuss his new plan. But he doesn't make it far before he's reminded that they're only in the game as long as their transportation allows.
What the hell's that? Oh, that's why. I have officially figured out how much gas it takes to run to the north and the south, right there. Tank is gone. Oh. Use the full tank of gas.
A simple tank swap and Chris is up and running again.
Good news is, I got another full one.
It's a reality check, as Chris now realizes just how much fuel they're burning as they continue to travel between one end of the lake and the other. When the fuel is gone, they're dead in the water. A new game plan may be the only way to stretch their reserves long enough to find big game and make it out of the bush safely.
Hope that was it. Oh, yes. Back in business, but I'm down a tank of gas. Just let that one slide for right now.
I didn't see anything, but I definitely heard something.
Wasn't a moose?
No way.
It's a bear?
That's the only logical thing I can figure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just perfectly calm in there all morning.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
It was unreal. I could hear that call just cool, cool, cool. I was sitting there and out of nowhere just I heard stick snap. So I kind of looked off to the right and there's like a real thick bush line right up in there.
Yeah.
And I heard it again, and I heard it again, and it was like 4 or 5 in a row, and that's so thick in there, there's no way it was a moose.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was, he was walking with his head cranked.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to have been a bear. There was a squirrel back in there that just started going crazy. So, well, I don't know, I thought it was a bear. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I have explored the entire North Country. I mean, I have been all over the place. I hiked up, I got pretty aggressive with it. I got way back in there.
Back in there.
Yeah, I kept going and finally I got way up on top. I can see there's a bay, and I could see for miles, and it was just like, it was gorgeous. And it looks like the water system connects into this lake.
Yeah.
But it's rocky, and if anything, when you have to portage through there, but I don't know if it's even doable, so.
How, like you gotta like get the boat through there?
Yeah, because
you
you wouldn't want to moose hunt back in there without having access to a boat to get it out, because it's so far back that if you shot something, you know, you'd want to have the boat.
Gnarly pack.
It's not far, it's probably 80 to 100 yards, but it's 80 to 100 yards of, I don't know. So I wanted to grab you, go look at it. It's midday, we can burn the afternoon and see if we can't get through there, because if we can, I think it's amazing country up there, but I mean, I just want to go look at it.
Oh, let's go then.
All right, let's go.
The area Chris has identified at the north end has a creek that connects to a smaller chain of lakes. The shallow water would require the Keefer brothers to portage their gear in order to get the boat through. It's a process that will burn a lot of time and energy, and the brothers are running short on both. The Keefer brothers have returned to the far north end of the lake, where Chris has discovered a potential opportunity to explore new moose hunting ground. A difficult portage stands in the way of the brothers and thousands of untouched acres.
Well, this is it right here. This is what I was talking about. Ooh, it's got this last little chute right here, and we're through.
That's a whole lot of rock. I mean, look at that right there.
Yeah.
How you plan on getting a boat through there?
That's why I was thinking we take the motor off.
Take the motor off.
Then we lift it.
And then what? Try to truck the motor through that?
No. Row.
Just row into here, leave the motor over there?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And we're stealthy.
There's no way we're gonna drag an aluminum boat through there. I mean, that would be tough with a raft. I mean, you'd be full on float dragging Alaska style right there with a raft.
Yeah.
Let alone an aluminum boat that weighs 4 or 5 times what a raft does.
We could probably weight her up and move some boulders. We could, then if we get under it, all we gotta do is get it up a little bit.
I mean, I have to think that there is better area somewhere, or as good of an area somewhere that doesn't require wadering up, moving boulders, breaking our backs to potentially put a hole in our boat to be stuck on this side.
I'm just worried about the moose country. If you're not seeing anything down there, this was an option. That's why I wanted to show it to you. We don't like it, we don't want to do it, it's fine. I just wanted to show it to you because it's an option. I mean, if we get to the point where we need to get more country, that's more country. And the only way to get to it is to get that boat through here.
Take me back there. I'll keep hunting down there and that'll be that. Not what I'm looking to get into right now. I'll just keep hunting the south.
Tension builds as the brothers are at odds about Chris's plan to portage. Casey doesn't agree and feels the extra work isn't worth it, with no guarantee of the plan paying off.
I mean, I can't even get through the damn bush, let alone through the boulders.
They need to stay level-headed and continue to work together to stay safe and sane in the Saskatchewan bush.
Well, that didn't work out exactly as I had planned. Or did it? I don't know. I mean, come on. Could have got through that. I mean, it's not that bad. A couple of boulders. Carry a boat. Want a boat? Carry the boat. You want to get through a moose hunt? You got to carry the boat. Want a moose hunt? Don't carry the boat. Fine, it's not my tag. I don't care. I was just trying to open up some more ground. I'm just going to keep doing my thing.
There's not much to say aside from that's not happening. I mean, not a chance in hell is that happening. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna wait for him to quit around back in there, and then we're gonna go south and I'm gonna keep hunting. That's all there is to it.
They decide to head back to the south to hunt the afternoon on familiar ground. Casey walks this path each day to hunt. The sign of fresh bear scat on his trail confirms the rumblings he had heard earlier.
Well, I left here, couldn't have been more than 6 hours, 7 hours ago. Probably not even that. And that was not here when I left. So it's evidence that There was definitely a bear in that bush this morning. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's still, look at that, it's so soft. Just packed full of berries. And that's what these bears are feeding on this time of year.
He's in a bear's territory, an uneasy feeling, as he's been hunting alone with no firearm.
I can see the valley, I can see the road we used to climb, I can see the mountains leering on the other side, and on and on and on and on it goes.
The brothers have weighed their options, and their new game plan will be crucial to their success. Whether they stay patient where they're at or forge a new path to the north, they must decide together and move forward as brothers.
On and on and on it goes.
As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat, just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee.
I was raised in a poor man's town, the blood of my father painted this ground. The fear of a man was all I knew. I'm drawn in the sights of a name that's true. We've been living in a funeral pyre that we built ourselves just to set it on fire. Set it on fire, set it on fire.
Fall is fading in northern Saskatchewan, and the Keefer brothers are over halfway through a challenging live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission. They're struggling to locate big game, and a lack of red meat has depleted energy levels and dampened spirits. To save precious fuel reserves, the brothers have decided to pack up base camp and head south toward more promising hunting grounds.
End of this chain, end of this chain.
It's a new day, it dropped. It's moving day. Moving days are always exciting. Got up this morning, got everything broken down, got the tent torn up, and now we are pulling away from what has been an awesome camp. We're setting off to find new ground. Speaking of new ground, I gotta watch for rocks going through here.
That camp treated us very, very well and served a purpose for us to explore, but it's time to move camp. Down to where we're seeing the most sign, down to where the animals are, at least that we can tell from now. So I love that camp though. It was fun having a base camp and being able to explore. It really was.
Burn less fuel.
Yeah, but now Now that we know everything's down that way and all of our sign is that direction, instead of coming from the middle and just keep going down there, we're just gonna move down there.
Is this right here?
Yeah. I burned a tank exploring.
Precious when we're out here.
It is precious. Half the time we're going about this speed just to conserve on gas and find fish, but now that we've got camp packed up, ready to rock and roll, it's energizing. Hopefully we can get down there and find some animals.
Chris and Casey have broken camp and set course for the south. Their plan is to hunt their way down, stopping at key points along the way to scout for prime moose habitat. Shelter and security are front of mind, so the brothers keep their eyes peeled for a new base camp to call home for the coming days.
This right here is where that cow had to have been calling from. Just back in this bog. Yeah, because I was across the lake. But this muskeg is what makes the most sense. This is directionally, you know what I mean? This is an awesome spot right here. Yeah, the wind's blowing this way right now. We can get up on top of this, like just a little bit of ridge on this burn. Might just have a little advantage. But if there's a cow in here, hopefully, should be a bull around. There's a bull around. I don't want to go trampling in there. I want to just hang back. And if we got to work our way in deeper and deeper every day, we will. But I'd rather start out here on the edge. This weather turned fast. Yeah. I mean, the storm blew in. We just got to keep an eye on it. I'm not too worried about camp right now, setting anything up. I'd rather hunt. Figure it out from there. We can find a spot to sleep. Especially if she was in here, that's hot. Let's get moving. Let's get up there. All right.
The Keefer brothers are headed south in search of new hunting grounds and a tract of land suitable to set a new base camp. They've been hunting separately for days, so the thought of coming together to accomplish a common goal is a welcome prospect.
I mean, I'm just along for the ride right now, but the good thing is, the boat isn't far if I need to run and grab the rifle. We can make it happen. But I'd rather be with you and call. If you have to move up, I can drop back and see if we can't pull it further.
The Keefer brothers are practicing a bit of brotherly teamwork to get the job done. Chris is hanging back to call while Casey waits out front, ready to take a shot. Chris is raking and breaking branches to imitate the sound of a bull thrashing his antlers through the thick brush. The racket inspires a territorial response by breeding bulls in the area, bringing them toward Chris to investigate. Meanwhile, Casey remains undetected by a distracted bull, with hopes to intercept his target within bow range.
Thinking basically, we can get in here. We'll get in here earlier tomorrow. But if we can come like morning and evening, and then use late morning, afternoon to kind of keep looking around a little bit. We gotta spend as much time as we can here for sure. Yeah. You want to go check here, keep moving, and we can see if we can find a spot for camp. Yeah. All right. Let's go, let's see what we can find.
The brothers must make the most of every moment if there's any hope of extracting with a punched moose tag. Together, they've decided their best bet is to spend the mornings and evenings hunting as a team, while reserving midday for exploration and scouting for a new base camp.
I'm just coming up in here off the lake and just trying to find maybe like a little makeshift kind of camp spot. It's actually opening up quite nice up in here. Every time we come up in like this, we find these game trails. There's game trails all over, like right out on the lake's edge. We pretty much have found one every place that we've stopped so far. So, you know, it leads you to think that eventually maybe at least see something like walking on the edge of mainland, but so far nothing. But we're coming up. Want to get in here, take a look around, kind of see what it looks like, to see if we can potentially find a spot to put a quick makeshift camp. Just somewhere that if we're out and about and the weather does come in, we have somewhere to head to if we're quick and kind of in a hurry, you know. What's that? This'll work. There's a suite right here. Just got up in here, it opens up. Got a big hillside right here, a little protector from wind. We can do it. We're gonna spike here. This will be the plan. We got a bivvy tent, 2-person guy. We're going beard to beard in here, right here. This will work out great. It's flat. There's lots of wood around. The nice thing about it is it's kind of a safety situation right now with all these storms rolling in. We can get this set up. We can get back to hunting right away, which is exciting. I like this spot. You like this spot?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. Looks as good as any. Let's get her set up.
This doesn't take long to set up, so we just get this knocked out.
Yeah.
Get back in that bay. Too much sign.
I know. I can't help but think this morning's weather break was a little bit of almost like,
Yeah,
it's breaking.
I like it.
We're going from the short fall to winter.
Yeah, the temperature has dropped tremendously right now, which is awesome.
And with that, moose are gonna be on the move. So we're gonna get this set up and then we're gonna get back out there.
Setting camp always brings a sense of security and relief. Although Spike Camp doesn't offer the same level of comfort as a big tent, the brothers can breathe a bit easier knowing they'll at least be protected from the elements. One less thing to take their focus off of the afternoon hunt.
All right, we got it up and running. Our shelter's good. It's been beard tested. Casey's in there right now. We're gonna be going beard to beard tonight, but it's gonna be exciting because our first order of business shelter is done. We don't have to worry about it. We can spend time all the way to dark hunting. What are you thinking there?
Good, man. She's golden.
Yeah.
Be a little snug up in here for two of us, but it'll do exactly what we need her to do in a hurry, that's for sure.
Perfect.
Hey, it's up. We can spend more time hunting.
All right. Okay, that's it. Let's go hunting. Back to the grind.
A full-grown moose can cover ground quickly and quietly, despite their massive stature. The brothers are on high alert after hearing what they believe to be a moose in the distance. But the moose are on high alert too. One wrong move can end the hunt in a hurry.
Sounded just like antlers. The first thing I heard sounded like a grunt, and I kind of was like, and then 30 seconds later it sounded like antlers hitting the branches. I mean, enough that my heart got racing. I knocked an arrow.
Oh yeah. I went from 62 heartbeat to 102. Right when you said that, I mean, I was beat. He could still be out in there somewhere. He just stand. You know how they are. They'll stand right there, especially if he has a cow with him. You know.
Just hold tight for a little bit here.
should be on their feet. We'll see. You know, it's one of those deals where we just gotta keep trying to get after it. I mean, there's only so much you can do with moose hunting. Aside from bumping into one somewhere on the island or something like that. You just gotta get out and keep calling. Get back into the same spots that you've been calling from and continue to call. That's what we've done in the past. That's what we're gonna do on this trip. Hopefully persistence pays off.
The brothers have stumbled upon a hidden creek winding through promising moose country. They have nothing to lose, so they follow the babbling path, hoping for a change in luck. Instead of stationary calling, the brothers will cover ground on foot with hopes of finding moose sign in the timber.
Just looking for some sign, any type of sign up in here. Casey's got the bow. I put the gun away for right now because I want to be with Casey when he shoots moose. If we need to, we can go back to camp. But we left the gun behind. I'm gonna try and call and tag team with him on this moose. That's a big thing for us right now. It's harder to find these bears anyway at this point. I mean, we'd have to be so lucky to find one in this brush, especially getting this close to hibernation. All right, we're just gonna keep walking this little trail that goes through here, this little game trail. See what we find.
As the temperature drops, the frustration rises. Winter is tightening its grip on northern Saskatchewan, and the warmth of the late autumn sun may be gone for good. Food is scarce, and hunting is hard, but the brothers have found themselves in this situation before. Pressing on is the only option.
Well, just another unsuccessful hunt. Trying to do everything we can. We're hiking miles, putting time in. Just not working. Starting to get a little discouraging right now. Kind of brutal, actually. I don't know. We'll see. I really wanted to get something on the ground and get the... What's that? Spruce chicken. Let's look down below. Down below it. We got a spruce grouse right here in front of us. And he would taste delicious. He just flew up out of the brush, but I'm trying to find him in the trees. I can see him perfectly right here. He's just long necking him right now. If he doesn't shoot him, he's gonna fly. His tail's sticking out right there. He just shot and missed him. I looked away for 2 seconds and he missed him. Or at least I think so. Bird flew. Heard the arrow hit the rocks up there.
Nicked the branch.
Is that what it was?
Clipped the branch and flew right in front of him. I was trying to take his head off. It might be down in there.
The good news is they're here, they're around.
Something with a heartbeat.
That would have been nice to have
Yeah, I know.
tonight, but
That one was a thick one too. A lot of meat.
there was a lot. He was plump. Looked like a rotisserie.
Well, and I'm down an arrow, which doesn't make me very happy.
Once again, Saskatchewan has proven itself a force to be reckoned with. A land full of challenges, where the skies are alive and Mother Nature works on her own time clock. Soon, autumn will forfeit completely to the woes of winter, a change that weighs heavy on the hungry bodies and minds of Chris and Casey. Every day, the brothers burn more calories than they can possibly replace with a few fish and a handful of berries. But they must burn them to earn them, and their goal of hunting to live helps to keep their minds off the hunger pains. They'll stay the course until they've given Saskatchewan all they have to give. As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee.
Early morning winter, sky is gray. Ain't got no directions, I'm on my way. 'Cause I've been roaming around, is this the end? I've been thinking about when life begins yesterday.
Man, that was a miserable night. So cold last night. The temperatures took a major dive. Just one of those things, my nose feels like it's gonna fall off. Body was alright, but face cold. I can hear Casey out there building a fire, which is key because I want to get out of this wrapper and get warm. We got a lot to do today. We got a lot right now to do. Just trying to stay focused. Another day. Here we go.
October is approaching in northern Saskatchewan, and the Keefer brothers are just over 1 week away from extraction. The coming winter has brought with it extreme drops in temperature and a dampening of the brothers' spirits. Big game is bedding down, and the fish have halted their feeding habits. Luck needs to turn to Chris and Casey's favor if they have any hope to finish what they started.
Cold. Fire going? Oh, yeah, I had to do something.
Man,
Spent a lot of nights out here. That's probably the coldest night
that was something there.
I've ever had.
It's been days since the brothers earned their last meal, and the cold temperatures are forcing their bodies to work overtime to stay warm. Fishing is slow, but Chris and Casey refuse to give up without a fight.
All right, we're out here looking. We're searching for fish right now. We decided to take the morning, focus on trying to get some food in our stomachs and our bellies and try to keep fishing. Yes! Food, baby.
Food.
There it is.
Woo! Food.
Oh, that is gonna be delicious.
That's huge.
Out here fishing, can't find anything, can't catch anything. Finally. Nice job, brother. Nice job. Whew. We got it. Fish.
Oh man. That just like breathed life into you a little bit, huh? Good northern.
Yeah. No, he's great. Perfect. Oh, that is a big win. Big win to start the day. Let's keep fishing.
Well, I'm still doing surgery to repair my finger. And we got another one.
Another northern. Don't lose that lure. Get in the boat. Woo! Right by the eyes. Whew. All right. Sweet. Another perfect eater. That's it, buddy. We each get a fish today. How nice is that gonna be? Perfect.
That means 2 lunch fish.
Now we can just fish for fun. Lunch is in the boat.
Lunch is in the boat.
There's no need to rush this. Let's just conserve, eat what we need to. We got more in the boat. Let's just make it last. It was hard enough catching these fish.
It's gonna allow us to hunt longer too.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Speaking of hunt, snow's coming in, huh?
Oh, it's coming.
I mean, the weather is like winter's here. It shifted just like that.
Yep. At some point we gotta figure out, are we actually gonna stay spiked out? Or are we gonna set up camp? Or are we gonna, I mean, I don't wanna take too much time and screw around right now. I kinda wanna fish and eat this fish and get right back out there.
I'm good with that. I'll feel 10 times better once I get something in my stomach, so I feel like this is a big reward right here, and whenever we get done with it, we can go back out and hunt.
This guy's done. Let's see.
Put him back here. Sure. Right after we eat this, we can basically hustle back over and, what do you think, and go back to that same spot we've been calling, just because, I mean, all the things we've ever done with moose hunting has been call and call. We've had 5 days and moose show up. We've had 3 days and moose show up. So it's probably our best bet, huh?
That's what I keep coming back to. I just don't want to stray too far from there because we've been calling from there this whole time. I know it sucks that moose hunting is kind of a 2-man game.
Well, let's switch to the rifle. Let's carry the gun with us. That way, if we see a bear or a moose, ups our odds right now. As much as we want to kill them with a bow, I mean, I'm all for it, but at the same time, we're running out of days. It'd be great to get something on the ground and we can kind of commit to that. This is unbelievable. I can tell you what this is not.
Moose.
Goat.
It's definitely not goat. Oh,
Not goat.
I would rather eat literally this stick right here than touch goat again.
It's a good piece.
Once again, winter is rearing its ugly head in northern Saskatchewan. The clock is ticking, so the brothers decide to stay the course. They're moving out to moose hunt as the snow moves in.
Seems like every time I turn around today, the weather's changing. Snow to not snowing. The sun was actually trying to burn through. Back to a whiteout. Decided to slip back up in just because of this wind. Get up on the high side of this big muskeg bottom. This big bog. Sit here and at least glass. It's nice to get elevation. Elevation can be so key. We crawled up in here, settled on this rock edge. Waiting it out. I did make the switch to the rifle. I had to. Just with the lay of the land right here and the way things could happen, I could see a moose out there in that bog at 150, 200 yards and not be able to do anything about it. That would just be brutal. So I've committed. I've made the switch. Fish tastes good, but red meat's even better. The one thing we got to keep an eye on here is this weather. It's just changing so fast. It's just in and out, in and out. Keep an eye on it. We'll ride out this evening on the edge of this ridge glassing.
The storm is gaining intensity. Visibility is diminishing. It's apparent that winter is here to stay. This volatile weather pattern has pushed bears into hibernation, leaving moose hunting as Chris and Casey's #1 option. The brothers have nothing but the spike tent for shelter, with no wood stove to offer comfort or dry out their gear. As September days grow shorter, nights grow colder and longer.
Mother Nature is doing her damnedest to pound us into submission right now. Just snow squall after snow squall. Should probably think about getting out of here pretty quick. Just because visibility has dropped to basically 300 yards. And once we get out on that lake, I'm not going to be able to see anything. Mother Nature rings her bell again. Well, we made it back out after a belly full of fish. Problem is, the weather has totally changed now. I mean, unbelievable. We've got a blizzard rolling in, and we've lost all visibility to the lake. And even for hunting, it's making it pretty difficult to see out here behind me. This bog right here. All this right here. It's an amazing spot that we found. We got a lot of altitude. We're good. Except Mother Nature is seriously kicking our ass right now. She's dumping snow on us. It has changed over. It's gonna be a long night in the tent. This might be the very last night in Spike Out before it's time to build the big boy back up and get a fire going. And the only reason I say that is because we're gonna be out of time. By the time we get back to camp, by the time we make our way across this lake, I don't know what the waves are doing. It's actually starting to get pretty dangerous out here. We just really got to keep an eye on it.
Dropped is presented by Winchester, the American legend. PSE, evolve or get left behind. After a long, cold night, the brothers awaken to a beautiful morning. A break in the snow has made way for a glimmer of sunlight, a ray of hope that warms their spirits. Cow moose calls echo through an otherwise silent, snow-covered forest, a welcome sound to start the day. The morning hunt has proven unfruitful, but Chris and Casey are determined to make the most of the midday lull. They go to work setting up the big tent, ensuring they'll have a place to thaw out for the coming days. They have committed to these hunting grounds, and the security of a proper base camp will increase their chances of success.
Well, Mother Nature seems to be seriously setting in. You want to take the time to get this baby up and take this one down, put the big tent up?
Yeah, I think first things first is let's get this one down.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way, and then you want to set the big one right here in this
Yeah, I like the
Same
location
spot.
of our tent. I mean, we're dialed in as far as getting back and forth across the island, but I don't want to spend another night in the freezing cold when we have a tent with a stove right there. Let's get the big boy up. And it'll make for a little better night's sleep. We get a warm belly and a good night's sleep with heat. It could give us a little bit of the motivation I think we're gonna need right now.
Could fire that stove up any minute.
Well, I can tell you this right now, if last night's any indication, Old Man Winter's here to stay. Let's just hope that it's not permanent.
Sparkle fire, a tin pan morning, heat my coffee, a brand new day. Give me sparkle fire, keep me warm at night, feed my hunger until I live another day. Oh, give me spark of fire. Oh, give me spark of fire. Spark of fire. Tell me a story, my friend.
A simple shelter offers a certain level of comfort and protection from the unforgiving Saskatchewan weather. The brothers have been tested by every element the North Country has to offer: the cold, the snow, the wind, the uncertainty of hunting to live, never knowing for sure where their next meal is coming from, and the loneliness of weeks away from their families. But a warm fire and a promise of a new day keeps them going. In their travels, the brothers have learned that as long as the fire is alive, so are they.
Give me a spark of fire.
As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee.
Where do I call home? Where do these bones belong? Anywhere I lay my head, anywhere I sing my song.
Another cold morning has arrived in northern Saskatchewan, and the Keefer brothers are just 1 week away from extraction. A fresh skiff of snow blankets the unforgiving landscape, while the clock keeps ticking on one of the toughest tests the brothers have ever faced. They're heading out in search of moose, with hopes of finishing what they started.
Lord, I don't wanna die if you're not coming along. Coming along. Coming along.
The fire looks good. Warming up your feet.
What's that?
Is it warming up your feet?
Yeah. Oh, getting her going.
I don't know what else we can do, man. It's just a patience game at this point. I mean, we gotta just keep hitting our spots. Just hit our spots. There's no other method to moose hunt other than, you know what I mean?
Hit and call. I'm sure we could hike 2 miles back in there, but what the hell are we doing for ourselves? I mean, we have definitely proven in the past that it can be done smarter. That's for sure.
No doubt. I'm just glad the weather broke right now. I mean, to see some blue sky, to see just a hair of sunshine. Maybe that's what we needed, that front to get out of here. I don't know. I'm just, the anticipation of a grunt right now is like I'm just waiting to hear it.
Well, it's so funny because every time I build a fire in moose hunt, I think back to like 7 years ago. When the idea of having a fire in the middle of a hunt was like, what? Like that was insane.
Completely foreign to us.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, it goes back to the grunt. I mean, that first time hearing that deep and sitting in camp, that adrenaline rush that hits you, and that's
surge.
That's where I'm at right now, is like that surge. I'm just, patience is there, but it's like, come on, like where are they? They've gotta be here somewhere.
Yep.
But there's only so many spots they can be, you know?
Yeah, so you think about it, I mean, we went 18 days between Maniac and that first grunt without seeing anything.
Yeah.
Blew through 16 miles of whitewater, and we pop out at Prayer Point, and in the blink of an eye, everything changes.
Everything changed, like.
And it all started with one grunt.
It's midday in the wilds of Saskatchewan, and the late autumn sunshine has managed to wash away most of the snow that fell overnight. The slight warming is a welcome change of pace, but tensions and tempers around camp are reaching a fevered pitch.
Gear check?
Yeah, I'm just going through. I figure if we're gonna be back here getting warm, we might as well have something warm to drink.
What do you think the plan is for this afternoon? I got it nice and warm in there, but what do you want to do?
Well, we got plenty of daylight, so let's make this quick. Let's get warm, and then I want to go back into where we've been, back into that bog right there. I want to get in there and see if we can get after them. We've been calling in there for days, so I mean, we might as well get back in there and just, I don't know what else to do.
No, I know. I'm just at a point where patience is running thin, and I'd rather divide and conquer and see if we can't find something in some animals. I mean, just at that point.
Yeah, but if we divide and conquer, I mean, I get it. You have a bear tag. I know you want to hunt bears, but it's not like you're not hunting. I mean, you're still hunting, but you're just with me. I mean, moose hunting is a two-man game. So, and aside from running all over hell's creation and frickin' burning another tank of fuel.
Well, it's not like, I burned a tank of fuel on purpose. I burned a tank of fuel trying to find a hunting spot.
I get it.
I mean, I'm looking and hunting. That's why I have fuel. We burned it. And I know we're burning more, but it's like, I don't know, I'm just at a point right now where with this weather change, I'm gonna have, before too long, bears are gonna be in hibernation.
Listen, I completely understand it. I get it. I don't know what else to do. You know how this game is played. It's a frickin', I don't know if what we're doing is right. It's what we've done on every trip that we've ever done, is have patience, call from the same spot, remain consistent. If we can do that, if you can give me one more day to do that, then go do whatever you want. Burn as much fuel as you feel like burning.
Well, I don't know that it's burning fuel as much as it is hunting. I understand I'm with you and I'm hunting, but at the same time, listen, all right, we're getting to the point right now. It's cold, the patience is wearing thin. I'm just at that point. I'm at a point right now where something's gotta give, something's gotta happen. I'll give you one more day. We'll work together. We'll see if we can go back there. We didn't try there this morning. Who knows what's gonna happen, but at the same time, once that's done, I wanna talk about a plan to divide and conquer or explore more parts of this lake.
It's fine.
That's where I'm at with it.
It's fine. Give me one more day. After that, I don't give a
Fine, I'll give you one day.
The recent shift to colder weather patterns has inspired a drastic change in the habits of Chris and Casey's potential food sources. The fish have halted their feeding, and resident bears have begun their transition to hibernation mode, completely disappearing from the Keefer brothers' hunting grounds. Food options are scarce, and meals are few and far between, but the brothers are still expending the same amount of energy in their efforts searching for food. This leaves them in a dangerous caloric deficit, weakening their bodies and dampening their spirits. As time wears on, the elusive moose is becoming their only viable option for food.
Well, I just gotta go blow some steam. Just time, it happens. You got two brothers out here for this long, temperatures dropping, cold weather, everything starts to get to me.
Starting to feel the pressure. We're getting down on days. Weather's moving in. Weather's beating the hell out of us, to be honest. It's probably the coldest drop that I've ever had from start to finish. And it wears on you. I can always tell it wears on us when we start getting on each other's case more and more, as is the case right now.
I want to go bear hunting. It's what I want to do. And I get it. I get where he wants to go with it. But I want to go bear hunting. And the older brother in me doesn't want to give in. The smart person in me realizes that he's probably right.
You know, he's a hard-headed son of a bitch, which is what makes him good at what he does. But at the same time, you can't have a motor that doesn't stop 24/7. The guy's got a motor that just never shuts off, which is awesome, but it gets us into trouble at times.
We have this argument, it happens. You get frustrated out here and things happen, no doubt about it. But then, it's like, for some reason, I don't know, Mom knows. And I'll tell you why, because I'm getting ready to leave the tent, I'm blowing out of here to do it, and I get a text on the inReach. I haven't heard from my mom. I let her know that we're alive when we landed, and that's it. But I get this thing on the inReach. This is what it says. You gotta see this. It says, right here, "Hey guys, I'm not sure if you'll even get this, but I'm thinking of you both. Today is the day to hunt and succeed. There is a big moose waiting for you. Knock him down and have a feast of joy. Love, love, love you, Mom." What are we talking about here? My mom, from hundreds and thousands of miles away, she knows.
I don't have a better plan aside from continue to call from the spots that we've been calling, go to the most likely areas, and give it your best shot. If I had another plan, we'd be doing it. If we could split up every day and go hunt and just do our own thing and come back and meet up together, we'd be doing it. I'd be fine with that, but we don't have that luxury. We're limited on fuel. We're limited on where we can go. We got to stay together. We got to keep working together. Sometimes getting that message across is not nearly as easy as it sounds.
I'm gonna follow Mom's intuition on this, and I'm gonna let him do what he's gonna do, and I'm gonna cave. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, if it doesn't work out tonight, I'm gonna do what I wanna do, and that is go bear hunt. Mom, I hope you're right.
With the help of a surprise message from Mom, Chris has decided to put his disagreements with Casey aside. Motherly love strengthens the bonds between brothers, and today it's just what he needed to refocus. In Saskatchewan, a hunter's luck can change as quickly as the weather. The brothers have spotted a bull on shore, in the same area they've been calling for the past 5 days. It's time to execute the plan.
Casey and I just saw a bull. We were driving, been calling here, we're coming back to hunt. There's a bull standing there. We're gonna try and put a spot and stalk on him right now. Gonna try and cut him off. Get up. Okay, we're gonna get up in here. And we're gonna get on top and see if we can't get around him. We finally got a bull. It's action. Go time, baby. I don't think he's gonna come through this burn. I think he's gonna come right around the bottom right here. You need to get where you can see and I can be behind you. Yes. So I'm thinking if I get to that point, maybe I can get right here in the bottom. Okay. That way if he's coming, because if he comes around there, we risk him catching up. Wait up. If he does come up, I can shoot him.
The stalk begins by putting distance between Chris and Casey. Casey gains ground. Chris hangs back to call, with hopes to lure the moose into Casey's shot range.
Chris and I saw a bull coming in here. We were able to get by him, get back in here behind him. He's got the lake to that side of him. I got Chris down in the bottom calling. I'm gonna sit up on this little rocky point right here. I got the bull back in here behind us, but he's on the other side of this knob. He's down in there, I can't see him. Blood and adrenaline is pumping so hard right now after this long in the bush. And finally, we see a moose coming back. You gotta love it. Oh man, heart's pumping. He's not a giant, doesn't matter. I don't care if he's a spike horn. This is a meat bull. This is gonna feed our family. This is amazing. This is why I do it, baby. This is our be alive right here. Positioned perfectly. Our wind is good. He can't walk by Casey on the right unless he cuts all along the bank of the lake where we just came from. We could get screwed. But at any moment, he could just pop up right on top of them.
Patience is beginning to pay off for the Keefer brothers. After 5 days of hunting hard, a bull moose has finally answered their calls. Casey is moving into position, while Chris calls from a distance to keep the bull's attention off of his brother.
Yes, baby! Yes!
Down.
I see it! Woo!
Persistence pays off.
As abruptly as it began, the hunt for Saskatchewan's finest is over. The brothers worked through the challenges of hunting to live in the North Country. They butted heads and exchanged words when passion took over, but they never lost sight of the mission and came together like true brothers when it mattered most.
That is a long time coming right there on this trip.
Holy
Man.
He died 6 steps from where we called for 3 days.
For days. Yeah.
Right there is where we were standing.
For days.
And it's been how many days?
Yeah.
So many. Sitting there
Yep.
calling, and here we come back, and as we're coming in, there's a bull.
We make it happen.
Just like that. That's moose hunting for you.
It's a hurry up and wait. It's maddening at times.
Oh, it feels so good. Like the relief is just unbelievable.
I gotta sit for a minute.
Be alive, baby, be alive!
Oh, we're just picking our way through here, trying to get up to this bull. He wasn't more than 70 yards when I shot him. We got walking through this burn. I was shocked. There he is, right there. Where? Right there.
Oh, yes.
I was shocked he actually came through this burn. There he is.
Dude. Oh, it's so good to see him on the ground, man. Oh, I'm not kidding you. I was panicking. Heart attacks. City. I love it.
That's a long time coming right there. Laying right down there.
Yep.
Let's get up there.
Persistence pays off, man.
That's it.
The highs and lows.
Just got to keep after it. Keep on them. Day number 5 in here.
Yep.
Something like that.
Going down.
Going down. Heads up.
Yeah. Broken knee on the way, but that's all right.
You didn't make it? You made it this far.
I'm flustered. I'm excited about it. I get excited. I get really excited.
That's the best part. It's the story you dropped. Highs and lows. There he is, buddy. Right there.
Oh, what a beautiful animal.
Here he is.
What a beautiful animal right there. He is gonna do wonders in our freezer.
I cannot tell you. I can't even begin to tell you the ups and downs that you go through out here for an extended period of time, hey? What do you think?
I don't know. It's like the adrenaline rush is wearing off right now, and you realize, like, I mean, we set out to challenge ourselves. Every year we try to do this, and we go up and we go all the way to the bottom. And then something like this unbelievably majestic animal like this comes out, and all the reward, and we're able to take home and provide for our families. I love it.
And that right there is all that matters. We do this as family. We get to go home and provide for our families.
As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live to hunt, hunt to live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee.
Out here with the lightings in the painted tin frame, on the road hauled up like a million bucks, waiting on the dream that they never see.
The tides have turned in northern Saskatchewan, and the Keefer brothers are riding high on the thrill of the kill they've worked so hard for. A North Country patriarch has fallen after over 3 weeks of grinding it out together. It's time to reap the rewards as they begin the task of caping, quartering, and packing the moose back to camp, with confidence that they now have the fuel they need to make it out alive.
That is such a big animal.
Oh, he's giant, man. Well, I think we probably take him in quarters like we normally do.
Yeah.
He's
laying like perfect.
yeah, it's perfect. I think we start, we'll go up the back, come around that side right there.
Up this leg.
Then we can start working this way, right? And then we can maneuver him how we want to do it from there on the back side, and we can finish out his back hams later. But if we do it in quarters, we should be able to take care of him fairly quickly. It's a big animal though, a lot of work. You want to cut him up the back first?
Yeah, get him right down the center if we can.
Okay.
And then once we get that, I'll bring that down here, and then we can tie this cut from the leg up to it.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
On the high end, a mature northern Saskatchewan bull moose can weigh up to 1,500 pounds on the hoof. A moose of this size can yield up to 500 pounds of usable meat, but it takes a lot of work to break it down properly. First, an incision is made along the animal's spine. A sharp blade is used to completely remove all hide and hair from the meat. Next, they begin to break the moose into smaller parts that they can physically carry. Both hind quarters are removed, as well as the head, front quarters, back straps, and tenderloins. Individual portions are packed in game bags before the heavy haul begins. The brothers must pack out every single edible and usable piece of the animal. It's written in Saskatchewan law and a true sportsman's creed. The real work has begun in northern Saskatchewan as the Keefer brothers continue to break down the bull moose they were dreaming about just hours ago. For the first time in weeks, a hot red meat meal is on the horizon.
All right, now we got him this far.
Yep.
We just want to take off this front shoulder and work that back strap that way.
Yeah, we got to get this cut to go underneath. Let's get as much weight off him before we got to start maneuvering him as
Then
we
we can
can.
roll. Yeah.
We could even get this strap out. I can peel that side back a little bit and get this strap out. Probably get the other strap out from where he's laying right now too.
Yeah, before we flip him over. I'll take on this front shoulder right here. I just want to keep working on this.
All right here. I'll take this cut right here down further. That way we can tie into it.
In these moments, silence says more than words ever could. Each brother understands their own role in the preservation of this animal. They've been in this situation countless times before. Their instincts kick in as they work together in harmony, with a complete understanding and appreciation of what Saskatchewan has offered them.
We are working on our moose here that Casey got, and just going through the meat right now. The back straps are unbelievable. How big is that strap? Look at that meat.
Giant. I mean, look at all that. I'm not even halfway down, and I still got over halfway to go. Huge. And it tastes very good.
Well, speaking of tastes very good, how about I get us a little fire going here so that we can maybe have some of that backstrap right here.
Yeah, I'm all for
It doesn't get any better than groceries straight out of the back of that moose right there. That's about as best as you can get right there.
Yep.
So,
Get a fire going.
all right, I'll get a fire going. I'm gonna have some moose. Just enjoy this moment and keep going. Keep working on it. But it's gonna taste good.
Although the brothers are grateful for the fish and berries that have kept them alive, the thought of a fire-cooked moose steak is something they can't ignore. It's time to reap the rewards. Casey cuts the steak while Chris readies the fire for the feast.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Moose meat on the fire.
That is a sweet, sweet sound right
Man,
there.
these are gonna be delicious.
Sizzling meat on the fire.
I'm just glad it's not fish.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with fish, but listen, it's time for some red meat.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Well, I got this jet oil rocking and rolling for a little coffee.
That's also gonna be very good. That is a good way to kind of wrap this up with this guy. A little coffee and a moose steak never hurt anybody. It's gonna be delicious.
Oh, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
It's unbelievable, man. We were in like a complete state of like one of the lowest I've had in a long time on drought.
Just misery. It's day after day. It's like Groundhog Day. Get up, do the same exact thing, try the same exact thing, all while second guessing yourself, but knowing what you're doing is what you should be doing, you know? I mean, it's tough. But it all comes together. Coffee is ready.
I've got a mug you can fill up right here. Excellent. Nicely done. All right, I think these are getting close.
Well, we're well into cutting this guy up. Still got a long way to go, but we're well into it.
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna have a lot better outlook on life right now with a nice warm moose steak. Nice thing is, there's a lot more where this came from. Want the honors?
Sure.
You shot him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that.
And plus a few kilo over, then
Quiet.
you go down.
Oh, meat.
So good.
Never gets old, man. Barehanding meat off the fire.
That is a tasty little delight right there.
A little better than goat.
So much better than goat. Oh man, been an amazing trip. We still got a ton of work to do, but it's just nice to sit back and just reflect for a hot second. I mean, unbelievable.
So I was thinking rather than build a cache like we traditionally do, could probably do like a meat pole. I got paracord. Do a meat pole and hang them, especially with the amount of bears that are around here.
Bears? There ain't no bears. Bears. I've been hunting for how long to see a bear? We had one sneaky little boo-boo come in there and
I never did see him.
never did see him.
Well, he snuck up on me, but I never did see him.
Although this does allow us to basically divide and conquer, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're gonna work on meat, taking care of that, I can actually, I'm just gonna try and find
Run and
a
gun.
bear. I mean, I can cruise around and check some spots and see what I can come up with, but we still got a lot of work to do to get this guy out, so first things first, let's eat, pack him out, and we can decide in the morning. Bears. You'd think there'd be a bear.
Fueled by fire-roasted, protein-rich red meat, the Keefer brothers continue the task at hand. They must finish quartering the moose before packing it back to camp.
That's the last of the meat?
Yep, that's the last of it.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. We can take these game bags. I'll take one, fill it with the good stuff.
Tenders
and back straps, separate it.
Yep.
All the neck meat can go into another tag bag. I can load this pack
with all
the meat.
Yep.
Strap that in, be good to go.
Yep.
We can throw the rib cages in there if we want. Then we'll put tag bags over the hind quarters and the front shoulders, and then we can just shoulder them and hoof them out.
Yeah, I think I got more of those bags right here.
All right, I just want to make sure we have 4 good bags.
Yeah, we got plenty. We got enough
for the
bags.
hind quarters. And then if you have a smaller one.
These are all the same size.
Okay, so give me one of those.
So it should be 4 for hinds, and then 1 for tenders and straps, and then 1 for all the neck meat. And we're good.
All right.
I'll
That
load a bunch of this neck meat.
is a back strap, buddy. Right there.
That is a back strap.
Look at that. Sweet. And what's that? Din din. Little tenderloin. These tenderloins are the size of a whitetail's backstrap.
All right, when I get this up, will you open this bag?
I will, as soon as I get this last backstrap in here. Okay.
Because this is already bloody. Stuff that in there.
All right, so we got burger meat, stew meat, and shoulder, and all the excess extras. And then this is gonna be perfect. All right, I'm gonna lift this open. I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yep. Heavy on the bottom. It's a lot heavier. All right, ready?
Yep. Okay.
Good.
Perfect. Put that one in. Perfect. Okay. It's not a long walk down there, but we got a lot.
Yep.
So
We got to get through a lot.
yeah, I'll just take our time. We're still on it.
With game bags loaded, the heavy lifting begins. A hind quarter on a bull moose can weigh upwards of 150 pounds.
Whoa,
Between the brothers and the boat lies nearly impassable terrain.
actually pretty solid.
1 foot in front of the other, Chris and Casey press on,
Good.
powered by the very animal whose weight they're shouldering.
It's a lot of good meat.
In the North Country, nothing comes easy.
It's not a long walk down there, but we got a lot.
Yep.
So
We got to get through a lot.
yeah, I'll just take our time. We're still on it.
Every aspect of a do-it-yourself moose hunt can turn into a battle. But the Keefer brothers' calculated decision to hunt near the water paid off,
Whoa.
leaving a relatively short pack from butcher to boat. A weight is lifted, knowing they no longer have to worry about where their next meal comes from.
It's a lot of good meat. All right, I will take down what I can now. Come back for the rest. All right, we're rolling. Starting the pack out process right now. It's really not that bad of a walk. It's just all the deadfall and all the slash you gotta fall over and climb over, which has been the most troubling. But that's all right. We'll make it happen. Sooner than later, we'll get through this stuff. Oh, okay. I think we can manage through here. Okay. Coming to the end of the first pack out here. Trying to get this stuff to the boat, and that has been a little bit difficult. But this pack makes it easy. Sweet. All right, first load's down here already. I'm gonna go back up and get more It's not that bad. It's probably a couple 100 yards up through there. Really couldn't have asked for an easier, better pack out. And I think the adrenaline's still going from what just happened, so it's just so much fun. Man, I love this. First it's a low, then it's a high, like you've never had before. Anybody that's never experienced this, you don't know what you're missing. Back to the grind. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna throw this in the boat. Okay, see if I can do this one. Okay. Successfully made it on the first pack out. Now we're just gonna keep doing it. We got a bunch left. Try to simplify it. Take all the excess meat, all the stew meat, all that kind of stuff, and take it first in the packs, and then we can carry those hindquarters. If we do it right, we can carry those hindquarters on our backs and the front shoulders, and then come back for the last, the hide and the antlers first. But I don't know, it's really not that bad of a hike. We've moved a bunch of sticks and stuff out of the way to keep going, but it's good stuff.
Taking a load down to the boat. Here we go. This is actually not too terrible. One of the better packs that we've ever had to do. It's not too far. Doesn't make the moose any lighter, but in the grand scheme of things, I'd pack this moose as far as I had to get him out. Whoa. That's the hard part about packing, is the moose weighs just so much that it takes your balance. It kind of throws your balance out of whack, especially when you just have them on one shoulder like this and not in a pack. Shoulder on shoulder. Okay, and into the boat. Trip number one. A lot more to go.
Few things in life offer a better feeling than the fruits of a good day's work. The Keefer brothers arrived on a hunt to live mission, and because of today's success, because of their patience and perseverance, they live to hunt another day. Saskatchewan is forever changing, forever challenging, but one constant is that Chris and Casey will have each other's back no matter what is thrown their way.
What are you gonna do with all this freedom? What are you gonna do with all this freedom? These days are yours, your hands are free. Where you gonna go, who you gonna be? It's your time, it's your parade. What you gonna do, what you gonna say? There was a time you were in chains. Now just yourself remains. Look in my eyes, there's no need to explain. You'll never wear those chains again.
Extraction is still days away. There's more work to be done, more hunts to embark on. But for now, the brothers reflect on the very reason they get dropped each fall. The blood and the sweat, the challenge and the reward, the struggle, the compromise, the teamwork, the ebbs and the flows, the opportunity to not only survive, but to be alive. As autumn gives way to winter, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are drawn to the wild places on a live-to-hunt, hunt-to-live mission, dropped with very little to rely on but each other. Each new season brings with it a new arena and new challenges. Together, the Keefer brothers have faced angry predators, extreme hunger, impassable terrain, and volatile, shifting weather patterns. They've explored hundreds of miles of desolate mountain ranges, unsettled tundras, raging rivers, and the unpredictable perils of territories where few are willing to go. All for the love of the hunt, to test themselves, to test each other, not to prove anything to anyone, but to feed the fire inside. This is Dropped.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Northern Saskatchewan, the land of living skies. Landlocked and sparsely populated, this diverse province has a reputation of being equal parts beautiful and brutal. The grasslands of southern and central Saskatchewan surrender to the thick boreal forests of the north, where black bears, wolves, and moose patrol towering thickets of spruce and pine. This is where the Keefer brothers will carve out a living for the next 30 days. With a change in arena comes a change in the rules. The brothers have access to thousands of acres of Canadian wilderness by way of a remote lake. They've been afforded a motorized fishing boat, just big enough to transport their gear and a limited supply of fuel reserves. For the duration of their journey, this boat will be their lifeline, allowing them to search for the lake trout, northern pike, and walleye that soar through the depths beneath them, while providing the opportunity to scout and hunt the vast expanses of the game-rich northern timber. The Keefer brothers hold tags for a moose and a black bear, but a tag is far from a guarantee. Winter is bearing down on northern Saskatchewan, and the land of living skies is finally showing some mercy to brothers Chris and Casey Keefer. They welcome a beautiful morning with full bellies and positive energy. Extraction day is just over the horizon, but the brothers have work left to do. Proper care of the meat is imperative to ensure their families are fed for months to come.
I got a green one here. These other ones are all dry rotted or burned already.
Yep.
I don't want to cut it off. Is this what you're thinking?
Thinking right here.
Okay. I'll hold this and let's measure it out.
Yeah, we gotta leave some tag end on it.
There you go. Right about there.
Yeah.
Just leave. You got enough room on that side?
Yeah, I got enough tag end.
Okay, so I can just cut it right here.
Yep.
All right, we can set it down.
All right.
I got it marked.
So yeah, basically what I'm thinking is cut that off, we'll get this up, cross brace, square lash it, hang the meat right here.
Square lash it and then just hang the meat.
Yep.
Okay.
With a full belly and loaded down game bags, the brothers must now go to work to cool and preserve the meat for future consumption.
Okay. So now,
It's gotta be high enough.
those are big hind quarters.
Yeah, I mean, if we're like right in there,
Yep.
head high, they'll be up high enough off the ground.
Okay.
Should
And
be
then
fine.
that's where you want to take the paracord.
Yep.
Just square lash it right here to both sides.
Yep.
And then we can hang the quarters in here.
Perfect. All right.
They begin the process by constructing a meat pole. The meat pole is a simple structure that allows the brothers to separate and hang the meat in a cool location. By building the pole away from sunlight, the meat is able to dry out and cool down thanks to nature's air conditioning. The cool Saskatchewan breeze is the quickest way to drop the meat's temperature to prevent spoilage. Safety from predators is still front of mind, so the brothers operate within a survival triangle. By storing their meat a safe distance away from both their shelter and their means of protection, Chris and Casey are able to ensure that they're not drawing hungry predators to the front door of base camp. As an extra precaution, they clean their gear and make sure no moose blood remains on their clothes. Removing the smell of fresh blood acts as another layer of protection from hungry predators that would love nothing more than to capitalize on their fresh kill.
All right, you gotta go up with it.
The late September sun is beaming down on the Keefer brothers as they work together to hang their fresh kill on a makeshift meat pole.
You gotta come down.
Extraction day is coming, so they take every opportunity to soak it all in. In the past, the Keefer brothers utilized meat caches to prevent spoilage. They traveled by way of raft downriver from one location to the next. This season's base camp alleviates the need for caches, as the stationary meat pole keeps the meat cool and cared for until extraction.
You can hold them there.
You got him right
Yep.
there. Still good?
Yep. Good?
And let him go.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
High number 2. That's good. That's the heaviest of the heavy. I'm gonna get this bag off.
Okay. I can get the rest of the meat right now. I'll bring it up. I'll bring all the loose meat up in the 2 front shoulders.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we can just get it all set up.
Yep, that's fine.
You want to debone these here, or you want to wait?
No, I don't want to debone them here. I mean, it's gonna lighten it up, but it's not like we have them on our backs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the more you debone, the more that it gets exposed to bacteria.
I'm good with that. All right. Well, what else do we got to do?
We got everything but neck meat. I'll get the neck meat out, and then I'm gonna cape the head out and do all that. I mean, basically, it's gonna be a camp day for me anyway.
I'm going hunting.
Go bear hunt.
I mean, why not?
Go bear hunt.
All right. If you got everything set in camp and you're dialed and you got to cape the head out,
Yep.
I'm going to hit the water and see if I can't find a bear.
Yep.
Last ditch effort.
Yep.
All right. That
Give
works
her
for
hell.
me.
I got a long day here.
Okay.
Well, I've got a little bit of a relaxing day at camp here today. Basically got the meat cache up, rocking and rolling. And all I've got left right now is I got to get this moose caped off the head. So I'll take my time, pick away at it. Chris took off, went to go bear hunting, so hopefully he runs into a bear out there somewhere. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a relaxing day here. Just gonna, like I said, take my time, piece by piece, and get this stuff done. This is always probably the most relaxing part of every drops for me. It's kind of like the culmination of all of our experiences together. Everything that we put into the hunt, and it all comes full circle right here. You get the animal, you get to take them off the head, and just to sit back on this hunt and kind of just reflect on everything it took to get this bull. I mean, this is the only bull that we've seen all trip. It's the only animal with a heartbeat aside from birds and fish that we've seen all trip. And we put our time in and we hunted hard. And we have got a pile of meat to show for it. And that's something that, you know, I thank my lucky stars for, is we were able to pull it out at the end of the journey and we're able to go home to our families and enjoy this guy for a long time. Because at the end of the day, that's why we do this. That's the ultimate reason. But for me, taking an animal off the head, it's the culmination of the trip. I guess the beginning of the end, if you will.
With the meat hanging to cool and dry, the pressure around camp is relieved. Casey takes his time to reflect as he continues caping. But with a tag burning a hole in his pocket, Chris puts the pedal down in search of bear.
Well, I'm not giving up just yet. Decided to come back out here and put some last minute effort in. Try and get bear hunt. The first place I'm gonna start is where we skinned and caped and quartered that moose. It's the most obvious spot. So I'm out in the bay, just kind of glassing in there. All I can see right now is birds. A bunch of big ravens, potentially an eagle or so. But I'm gonna have to get a little bit closer and investigate, because I want to see if there is bear sign, or there's scat, or there's something there. Then I'm gonna get in there and sit in tighter and see if I can't get a bear. But it's gonna require me to get in there and do some investigating. I'm by myself, so let's get this done.
Chris knows the resident bears are preparing to fatten up for a long hibernation. He and Casey served up a feast while quartering the moose, so the carcass is his first stop on the quest for a North Country bruiser. He approaches with caution, not knowing what he'll find lurking in the down timber.
back and check in this spot. It's just birds so far. I don't see any signs of bears. There's no scattered tracks. It's all bear. Plus, this would be just torn to shreds if there's a bear in here. They're just picking at everything right now. Just a lot of ravens and birds. It's all right. I'll check it as many times as I can. You never know if we get lucky. I'm just gonna keep moving.
Saskatchewan gives nothing up easy. Not her comforts, and certainly not her game. The Keefer brothers have spent weeks in the wild without a single bear sighting. But one fruitless hunt doesn't dampen their accomplishments or their spirits. Extraction is imminent.
Well, today is my favorite day and my most dreaded day of my entire year. It's extraction day.
Another dropped in the books. Another month of September gone, spent in some of the most remote country in the world. Challenging ourselves, basically pitting ourselves against Mother Nature for a month.
It's something to sit back and think about when you challenge yourself like this. And you're outside in the elements, in Mother Nature, living off the land, and just the adventure that it provides you.
This trip was everything dropped is supposed to be. It was fun as hell at times. The fishing at times was incredible. The fishing at times sucked. The hunting was hard. Probably some of the hardest hunting that I've had over the past 7 seasons that I've been doing this. But that's dropped. I mean, dropped is the story of us coming out here, going into the unknown, willingly going into the unknown, and just trying to have the best damn time that we can have.
And then I can look through at all the seasons and all the adventures, all the years that we've been out here. I look back at helicopter rides. I look back at moose encounters up close and personal. I look back and I think about the whitewater rafting. I think about the adventures, and I did it all with my brother. I've done it all with my brother. I've been able to experience those on camera and tell everyone our story. And that's what it's about. It's about challenging yourself. I never thought I could do this 7 years ago. I never thought that I could set out to live off the land for a month at a time. But when you do, it's amazing.
A lot of people go out into the backcountry and spend 10 days to 2 weeks. I'm here to tell you, a month is a long time. A month is a long time away from your family. It's a long time to stare at the same human every single day, even though he's my brother. I mean, 30 days. We don't talk to anybody. That's a long time. It's a long time to go without a shower. It's a long time to go without a lot of things.
I've spent a lot of time away from my family. I've spent a lot of time out here in solitude. I've spent a lot of time away. And I don't know what the future holds. I know this. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep challenging myself. And if there's one thing I can do, it would be to encourage you to do the same. Do something today that you never thought you could do.
But it's extraction day, and I always say that extraction day is the most bittersweet day of this whole trip. Because it's the day that I get to get out of here. I get to go back and have a shower. I get to FaceTime my kids and my wife. I get to talk to them on a regular basis. But it's also the day that I have to leave here. And the reality of that is that every single drop that I've done, there's a small piece of me that stays behind. There's a small piece of me that stays in this place and will exist here forever.
Extraction is always a bittersweet moment for the brothers. They're one day closer to reuniting with their loved ones. But the comforts of life outside of the bush come at a cost. No more sunrises over the lake. No more boots crunching on the frosty morning ground. No more lake trout shore lunches while wolves howl in the distance. Silence says all the brothers need to hear as they pack their gear in anticipation of the distant hum of the plane that will take them home.
Jump on that train, going somewhere. Hearts beat fast, chasing the moon. Trains on track, it comes and goes against the wind. The whistle blows. This life's alive, old and new. Get lost, get found, traveling fool.
Well, there it is right there. We can hear the plane in the distance.
Yep.
That is a good day right there. It's bittersweet, always is.
Always a good day, but always the worst day of the trip as well.
It's an amazing trip. The bush country of northern Saskatchewan threw everything at us. Struggled in the beginning, but we ended up pulling it off in the end. Persistence paid off. And that is a good sign right there. What do you think?
Story of dropped, man.
Here he comes. The plane is coming. He's in the distance. He sees us. He's trying to figure out how to get in here right now, which is the exciting part. Okay. Yes. Dropped. Going home.
Chasing the moon.
As quickly as it began, the brothers' time in Saskatchewan is over. The plane drones as it circles overhead, a reminder of the highs and lows of living to hunt and hunting to live. Moments of beauty were punctuated by moments of fear. Trial turned to triumph. The only constant in this journey is change. Saskatchewan calls the shots. She tells you if you're welcome. She tells you if you belong here. When the brothers overcame, when they reached extraction on their own timing, on their own terms, Saskatchewan spoke loud and clear. This is where they belong. These are the moments that define Dropped. It's not a tale of survival. It's a never-ending quest to be alive.
Chasing the moon.
Welcome, boys.
Oh, wow. Even got the big headphones. What are we doing with these?
We're going to double this as a podcast this time.
I love it.
Check, check. Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I got you.
I got you. Adjust it. Make sure it's not too beard heavy.
Yeah.
It's a little more comfortable than we're used to with anything when it comes to drop.
Absolutely.
I like that.
I feel like I'm in a helicopter. All right, let's get this started.
A decade ago, the idea of Dropped was born. The Keefer brothers were embarking on a journey that would not only win awards, but pioneer a new era of outdoor television production. With the conclusion of the 7th season, executive producer Jason Brown sits down with the Keefer brothers for a behind-the-scenes look at the evolution of Dropped.
Well, 7 seasons. It doesn't seem like 10 years ago we came up with the idea of Dropped. And it wasn't Dropped at the time. It was whatever the working title was. But over the years, it's evolved into something that has created memories for us, memories hopefully for the audience. And I believe that we changed a few things along the way.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, Dropped was an idea literally over a bottle of whiskey. It went from 10 days in Alaska to no food to what it is today. And I think we've challenged ourselves each season with like completely different challenges.
Well, and every season's been different. The premise may stay somewhat the same, a 30 days, middle of nowhere, what you got on your back. But every trip is completely different.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to blame the 30-day thing on you.
Yes, it was me.
You thought of that.
Yep.
But, you know, at the time, it was a time in outdoor television where parody was everywhere.
Yep.
And we wanted to separate Dropped from the rest. And we figured 30 days, who's going to commit that?
Yeah.
To this day, there hasn't been a series based around that.
No, and I also think, 30 days is one thing in the wild, but I think it's telling the whole story, everything that happens. The arc of what it is, I think is a big game changer for us is there's nothing we don't show, and sometimes it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and let's be honest, hunting is not always success. I mean, the success for us is in the story of what it's like to be out there as brothers for 30 days, giving it our best shot. And that always doesn't work out. I mean, we've gone entire seasons where we haven't taken an animal. But that's the reality of the story, and I'm not scared to show that because I don't want people thinking that it happens every single time you go in the field, because the reality of that is it doesn't. You're way more unsuccessful than you are successful.
Yeah, and that leads me to the hunts, right? I mean, there's been some big moments over the course of the 7 years in 7 seasons of Dropped. And what are some of your most memorable out of the 7?
Oh, man.
So for me, it's easy. It starts with that very first animal, that very first harvest, because up until that point in time, it was just an idea that we had. We knew we could be successful at it, but you still have that little moment of doubt in the back of your head. We pre-sold the show. We had a lot of partners that were lined up ready to rock and roll. And Maniac was special for me because it was my son's first birthday, my first son. I cried like a baby on the mountain. I cry sit here thinking about it, but that was the most special moment for me.
Oh, I have to agree that it has to go back. We've had some amazing ones. We've had bear charges, all that great stuff. But I think the moose, in season 1, we had gone a long time without food at that point in Prayer Point. I mean, that was the first moose I ever saw in the wild. And it is giant, 65-inch, beautiful moose. So that was an amazing moment for me, the moose, because we needed it at that point. But I got to agree with Casey. Maniac was the one that solidified it. And that was one of the first times I've ever been brought to tears on a mountain. And I don't know if it was just the emotion and knowing that it was Ryder's birthday, everything that went into that, it made it real at that very moment.
Nice. Yes. Drilled him, baby. Smoked him. Drilled him. On top of the world. From down there. Oh my Lord. It's right there. Maniac. Crushed him, dude. Yes. Maniac. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We started. Oh, I just drilled him. Dude, that was awesome. Oh, that's one for the ages, right for the books. Oh. That is how you hunt mountain caribou in Alaska. Not to mention, today is my son's first birthday. Pretty sweet. That's awesome. That's for Ryder.
I think probably some of the most hotly contested debates is where is camp?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Camp's been pretty much everywhere. Sleeping is a huge part of living when you're out there. You need your sleep after you put in the long day. So what is some of the most memorable sleeping arrangements we've had?
Oh, man, I got to tell you, first of all, sleep is a luxury. You don't really sleep.
Yep.
You rest. You know, one eye open at all times. I think having done this for as long as we have, 7 seasons, and then also being guides prior to this, Casey and I have really come up with unique ways to sleep anywhere and everywhere we can, and catching cat naps across the day, whether we're walking across the Yukon or we're sleeping and making our own shelters. I mean, the tents are nice, but at the same time, they're pretty dangerous in some places too.
Well, yeah, because a tent, you're inside. You can't see what's going on. I mean, we always come back to something we call the first night bear.
Oh, yeah.
Which is anytime we change camp, that first night that you settle down to try to go to sleep, you hear these noises, and you're not familiar with the sounds. You get the rushing water or the rocks or sticks in the river or whatever it might be. So there's always a first night bear. That's just about a guarantee. And 9 times out of 10, it's not a bear, but then there's the time where it actually is a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Case. What? Do you hear that? What? It's a bear. It's a bear. Right outside the tent. Hey. It's right here. You hear it? Where's it at? It's right. Hey. Close. Yes. Hey.
Hey, Bear. Bear. Hey.
You got your gun? I gotta find my gun. I can't find anything there. Right here. Listen.
Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear.
Oh no, he's on this side right there. He's coming around your side. He's right here.
Hey. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear.
He's right there.
Hey, Bear.
I'm sweating right now. My heart is pounding. My gun, it is cold in here and I'm sweating. So close. Oh, that is not how I wanted to wake up.
So there's a lot of serious moments when you're out there trying to survive, obviously. But we have our share of fun out there, too. There's been moments that live in infamy, in story, that we'll never forget.
Oh, never.
We try to have as much fun as possible. The thing about Dropped is it's really hard to laugh when you're starving. Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, that's the hardest part about it, is like a lot of times we're fighting for every inch out there. So it's really hard to laugh and be funny, but there are moments 100%. You know, the time Chris hooked me in the face, for instance. I
Which
mean,
time?
He's done it way more than
time?
once. He hooks me in the face all the time, but stuff like the wrestling masks. I mean, you know, just those morale boosters, those things that we try to inject into the show that are like, okay, guys, we're out here having fun. I know it's tough. I know it's hard, but we're trying to have fun with it.
Yeah, and we got to throw it out to our buddy Jeff Schuster.
Yeah,
the masks.
El Jefe.
He gave those to me, and I secretly slid them deep into your packs.
Yeah.
And we needed them.
Oh,
we were
needed it.
deep snow that day.
We needed it bad. We were buried in snow. I think September 3rd, the snow came in, and it didn't leave till like the 9th or 10th. We were weathered in. Feet of snow we were in. It was just brutal. So, yeah, we needed them. And then anytime you work in stuff like horses, I mean, naturally, you're going to get some outtakes.
To this day, it's probably one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my life is Jason trying to get on a horse. And I know that horses are not his favorite, but I got to tell you something. I watched him try to get on that horse, and luckily, one of the guys at the time was running camera, got some behind the scenes of that, and we had struggled with his horse most of the time anyway, and trying to film off of a horse is very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
And I could just remember him trying to get up there, and the cameraman just gets worked.
Hey.
Come on, you It's stirrup.
You mother. Okay. My horse is gone. Yeah. That just topped. So, oh, there he's wild back there. Where is he now? Yeah, he went with the rest of the horses. See, that's why cameraman gets worked. Oh, I gotta go find my horse. So food obviously plays a huge role since we don't bring any. So
You could say that. Yeah, you could say that.
yeah, so I mean, talk about some of the crazy things that out there you guys have eaten.
Oh man, we've tried it all. Yukon caviar comes to mind, you know, the eggs right out of the belly of a fish, and the stuff that we've tried to eat of vegetables, dandelions and edibles, and that gets a little bit dangerous, but there's just that one. There's the one that will always stand out in my mind.
Yep.
The goat.
Done.
God, it looks so good.
Here. I'll let you do the honors.
Really?
It's your goat.
Okay.
And
A little tough.
a little chewy. Taste-wise.
Taste-wise, I've had better. Every now and then I'm getting a hint of goat. No like it. Bad.
Oh my lord. Tastes like iron.
Just got to go for it.
We're gonna split up.
Well, I saw those rabbits up top. Take that fly rod. Let's see if you can get some. Wow, it's not good. See if we can. Oh, a little goaty.
I'll go fishing.
Okay. That piece was goaty. That's an aftertaste like I've never had before. Okay. Wow. Oh. There you go. Keep it in.
I'm gonna get my fishing gear ready.
See? Oh. Oh. That is the worst thing I've ever had to eat in my life.
Obviously, your brothers.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Obviously. I've bared witness to several scraps over the years,
Yep.
being business partners and also friends. But when you're locked 30 days and remotely, and
Yes.
big decisions really need to be made every single day, you guys don't always see eye to eye.
No, we don't. And that's something that I think that's actually a strength that we have, is the fact that we don't see eye to eye when we're out there, because we both have two totally unique hunting styles. We both think totally different about how we approach the hunt or the trip or moving camp or whatever it might be. But that's a good thing. That's not always a bad thing, because if everybody's on the same page, who's going to see the left hook coming? You know what I mean? I think that's kind of how we look at it. I will say this, if anybody runs hot, it's him.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy runs real hot.
Yes, I am running very hot. I've been known to run hot before. I think I probably, I don't know who starts our arguments.
You do.
Okay, so I start our arguments, and I usually finish them, and what I mean by that is I walk away in a very angry, like mad. I'm just pissed off. Upset about everything. And what makes me even more mad is that Casey is so calm in certain situations. He doesn't engage with my arguments.
No.
And that makes me even more mad that he doesn't engage. Like, I'm getting mad now thinking about him not engaging in my arguments.
That's how you settle it in the bush, I guess. Just let them calm down.
Walk away.
Yeah.
And the streets.
And the streets. Walk away. Walk away.
I can't walk away.
I don't know what to do. We're in a situation right now, and I'm not happy about it. I've never felt this way right here, where I have no idea what's around the next corner. I have no idea what to do. I mean, it's not like there's not moose here. There's moose all over this place. It's just trying to find a campsite where you can hear and see and listen and actually make something happen. Instead of next to a class 5 rapid where you can't hear.
There's 2 big days in every season of Dropped. Obviously, the day we get dropped, the day you guys get dropped is huge. It sets everything up for you.
Yep.
But the day you start looking forward to almost immediately, the minute you think about your kids or your family, your wife, is the extraction day. Getting to that point is successful because at that point we know that the story has been built, everything's behind us, and we're hopefully safely to that point and extracted. That is a big day.
Extraction day is a huge day. For me, extraction day is flat out the most bittersweet day of the whole trip, though.
No doubt.
Yes, you're looking forward to getting home to, your family. Just normal routine, a shower, food when you want it, how you want it, all these different things. Like, you're going back to the life of luxury, so that's awesome. But at the same time, like, for me, I'm built to be out there. I'm born to be out there. That's what I do. That's what I love. That's my passion in life. So it's a hard day, and I've always said since the very first dropped that a little piece of me stays behind in every single place that we've ever been. And I think that rings true because I have memories for a lifetime, not only in my head, but memories that are captured on video and shared with other people of a lifetime of my life out there. So Extraction Day is a really tough day, as much as it is kind of a celebratory day.
I don't know. It's extremely bittersweet for me. I mean, one of the things that's weird is you come off of that month of just living out there, wading in the mud, and you hit cement, and it's weird. And the smells that you get, I know you're the same way. I mean, those things all come back to you, and it's just incredible. But I know we've had some amazing extractions throughout all of the seasons, and something about hearing that plane. It's the excitement of what's about to happen, but it is the sadness of leaving what we just did. But there's also a sense of accomplishment on that day, because whatever the challenge was for that season or for that trip, that means we did it. And whether or not we killed an animal, that's not what Dropped is about. So that wasn't necessarily the goal, but we made it 30 days in that challenge. And for me, that's all that matters, is we had an adventure together as brothers, and we proved that we could do it. And so we move on to the next one. And I think Extraction Day is probably the hardest day of the year, let alone that month.
Big moments are made possible by the little things. The little things are the stepping stones that define life's journey. Like the sunrise melting last night's skiff of snow, clearing the way for just one more day on the hunt. Like the fire-roasted fish fillet that provided just enough energy to charge toward extraction. The little things make the big moments that much sweeter. Knowing what it took to earn that mouthful of red meat. Remembering what you endured when you're finally able to hug your wife and kids again. From the anticipation of the drop to the bittersweet moment of extraction. These are the lessons learned. To know where you belong and to not take a single moment for granted. This has been, and always will be, the true meaning of Dropped.
Just this old guitar. Lord, please carry me to the front door. To the front door. Oh,